morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning.
Partners.
Morning.
Friends.
Comrades.
Then meal is... I don't know. Did you just do a Men in Tights joke?
I did. I
got it.
I mean, listen, I don't know who's going to get the references. I just
Tended
have
to take his ear off and throw it to me.
Try to throw them out there, man.
I don't think I've seen Men in Tights.
Oh, really?
It's one of
that's
Mel
a damn
Brooks.
shame.
Yeah, it's one of his most down the middle, just, this is great.
As far
Sort
as
of
Mel
movie.
Brooks movies, for me, Blazing Saddles, Spaceballs,
Men in
Young
Tights.
Frankenstein,
Oh.
Whoa.
Men in Tights.
Wow.
Yeah,
Top
Young
four.
Frankenstein is
Young
pretty exceptional.
Frankenstein is so damn good.
I agree, but I'm just so, I was so in the right moment of my life when
Yeah.
Men in Tights came out that it just has a special place. Top three. I could probably write down the entire script
That's
for you.
great.
I could too. I've seen it. I think I saw Blazing Saddles more. Man, also Spaceballs more.
I was
God,
a
I've seen
Spaceballs
Seen a lot of Mel Brooks
girl.
movies.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is in Men in Tights.
Oh, really?
It's like
He's
he's
very young.
Young, skinny.
One of his first movies. You got to see it.
I do.
Very young.
It's so funny.
I'll
Man.
add that to my list.
You know they're doing that Spaceballs too.
Oh, yeah.
Spaceballs 2.
I don't
know if we need that.
know if we
Well,
need
they
it
did the
either.
cartoon.
Wait, what was the last thing that he did? Because I watched that and that was okay.
The cartoon one?
No. There
Mel
was like
Brooks?
yeah. It was an update.
Oh, History of the World
History
Part
of the
2.
World.
Oh,
I
yeah,
gotta
right,
throw that
right.
in there too, man. I've seen that a gazillion times.
Yeah, History of the World 1. Or no, which one? Wait.
History of the World.
Yeah, History of the World. This was History of the World Part 2 is the name.
Right.
Right, and it had like Nick.
It had a bunch
Nick
of different.
Kroll, is that his name?
Yeah, it had a bunch of different guest stars doing different eras. It was okay. Spaceballs 2. I know we don't need that. I know Josh Gad is doing it.
Oh, Josh Gad.
Josh Gad.
I don't know if I like Josh Gad.
He was in History of the World Part 2.
He's a very
Josh
comic.
Gad?
Oh, I think so. Isn't he the one that looks like D'Artagnan or something? He's got like long hair and like a little pencil thin mustache kind of thing.
Josh Gad is the guy that played Olaf the Snowman.
Right.
Yeah.
In Frozen.
You
And
don't
he
like
has
him?
the comic last name, like that
I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about Josh Gad.
I don't know if I'm a Gad guy.
noise. Gads.
Yeah, are we Gad guys? I don't know. What else has he been in? Let's start the show by judging harshly on Josh Gad.
You know what?
He's been in a
I'll
lot.
be in on him if he casts me in something.
I don't know. He seems like a guy that I wouldn't want to hang out with. I'm just saying.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't know.
He's
I don't
always
think we'd
in
get
these
along.
kind of the.
You've only seen the guy in a couple things.
He wears a
He's
scarf
always in
inside.
these like P-rated movies. You know what I'm saying?
What's a P-rated
Yeah,
movie?
what is that?
Like the pussification of a movie. He's always in those types of movies. You know, like branch out, do something a little edgier, Josh Gad.
Wasn't he in the Book of Mormon stage thing? I feel like
Maybe.
he was kind of that
And maybe if
character.
I saw that would change my mind about Josh Gad.
He's in a lot of
Price or
sequels.
something?
Frozen 2, Angry Birds 2.
He's on South Park
Well,
once.
these are franchises.
Well, I guess he's in all of them. The Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty
Jobs,
and the Beast, the live version of Beauty and the Beast.
Love and Other Drugs.
Right.
Which is a
Well.
terrible Anne Hathaway movie.
Anyway.
There is no such thing as a bad Anne Hathaway movie.
She annoys me too sometimes.
What? All right, now you've lost all credibility.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I just feel like she overdoes it.
Everybody's saying you'd love him if you watch Book of Mormon. I need to. I've never seen it.
Oh, okay, so he is in Book of Mormon.
Yeah, I've never seen it. And maybe my mind would be changed.
Yeah, and I think that character kind of is. I mean, he kind of personifies that character a bit.
He looks damn ridiculous there. Is that a wig? What is that?
History of the World Part 2? Yeah, I guess he is the long-haired.
Learn, I do have good news for you. He's not in the film of a Book of Mormon.
Yeah, he was on. He was,
Oh.
he was
He's
in
a
the
stage
stage
guy.
version.
Yeah.
He's a
he was the
stage
New
guy.
York one.
Stage guy.
Because I saw
Well,
it.
I'll
in
never
Lon-
see that.
I
so.
saw it in London, and I can't see perfectly.
With Gad?
No, but where we were sitting, it sure looked and sounded like Gad. they cast a guy in London just like Gad
Right.
was pulling in New York.
So a stout guy? A short, stout
Yeah, with
fella?
with kind of that voice and kind of that delivery, and
Yeah.
there's a place for it, man. He's good.
He's like the Timu version of Jack Black to me.
Whoa.
I
That's a great way of putting
That's
it.
a
I
really
think
good
there's-
way to put it, but
And there's only I
That's
only have a
mean,
heart
dude.
for Jack
Yeah,
Black.
he's Wish.
You know?
He's the Wish version of Jack Black.
oh,
Yeah.
that's so mean. No, he's
It is mean. I don't know why
But
I'm
he's
being
been on
so
a lot
mean
of
to him.
comedy stuff. You can look through his catalog.
Enough
really
about
very
Josh
nice,
Gad,
man.
okay?
All right.
Now I'm going to spend the whole morning on Josh Gad. We have other stupid things to talk about.
Okay, let's go.
Well, I figure I would start the show out today. And it's just our Friday leftover section. Like,
Friday potpourri.
I got stuff that I just didn't get to this week. And we'll start maybe with some shower thoughts.
Okay.
Which I don't think I've done at all this year. So these are all deep thoughts that one has had during a shower, by the way.
I'll get in just a minute. I have to give it at least like 3 or 4 minutes
Yeah,
to
let it
heat
warm
up.
up a little bit.
Yeah, this is going to be weird getting in here with all you
Yeah,
guys.
sorry. Just give me a
We
second.
do a nice shower.
I'm going to let the room get to a point where I'm having difficulty taking deep breaths.
Yeah, and by the way, the shower we have here is only one head, so we got to.
So we got to rotate.
Well,
But
let's
I'm gonna
add
hop
another.
I'm gonna hop in right now because I gotta pee like crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
I want to pee before everyone gets in there.
Can't believe you're peeing through your Speedo again.
Filters.
We're supposed to wear Speedos?
All right, here we go. Shower thoughts. A lethal dose is also a lifetime supply.
Ah, yes.
Golly.
What the heck? That's
Okay, this
that's
sweet.
brilliant. How have I not heard that before?
When a toilet seat is cold, it's horrible. But when it's warm, it's worse.
That's true. Unless you know the person, and then
No.
it's maybe not so bad. Am I the only one?
Oh, no, here at the station.
Here at the station,
Oh,
somebody's been
scary.
used to install one that has a, and listen carefully, a shedding problem.
Oh, like
hair?
like
Yeah.
pubes?
Yeah, I don't know. Must be. They're not like
kneecap hair?
definitively the pubes.
Okay.
Okay, but there's hair. I
Short
have,
and curlies.
but yeah, exactly. They're not that, but they're like.
Are they
these-
long and curlies?
No, they're like medium and kind of bendy. Medium and wavy. I swear it's the same person.
About,
Because
we're
I have
talking
to take tissue and like
5 millimeters.
get rid of it.
Yeah, smell them to see if you can
Yeah.
tell. Who, well,
Oh no.
right.
okay.
Shower thoughts. The reason the washing machine eats only one sock is because when it eats a pair, nobody notices.
That's true.
The speed of a clock secondhand is exactly 1 RPM. A line of paint on the road holds more authority than most people ever will.
That's true.
Every paper towel commercial reminds us that the cleanest solution is to just never have kids.
Yeah.
The Google self-driving car should have a I'm feeling lucky button that takes you to a random location.
That'd be fun.
Oh, randomizer.
Well, like on Google, I'm feeling lucky and you press that button.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Do they still have that?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so. And maybe
Yeah.
also whenever it's
Sorry, guys, I'm
someone's
using
birthday, you
Bing.
can just click on their
Yeah,
link.
go
It'll
to
take you to
Google.
a parade.
And see if it's still got that I'm feeling lucky button.
I don't use the Googs often.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh. It says I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling adventurous.
I'm feeling doodly.
Well, imagine like their self-driving car. You have an I'm feeling lucky button that just takes you to just a random spot.
Random number generator. Is this where it always goes?
I don't know if you're lucky.
I want
All right,
to-
this one final shower thought. And I'm going to pretend to be I'm going to pretend to be a penis, okay?
Great.
I'm a penis, guys.
Okay. Hi, penis.
I'm here to make sure that I survive long enough to make more penises.
Ah, yes. That is the end goal of every penis, is to make more little penises on the earth.
It's just looking around to replicate,
That's it.
That's it.
That's my job.
How cool
Isn't
is
it
that?
crazy that pregnant women, when they are having sons, like they have a wiener for a second.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about. Like
And sometimes you notice.
women are incredible in that way, I think.
Guys, let's towel off.
Sometimes you notice, like if there's
Okay.
testosterone.
I'm shutting
Yeah,
the water off.
If their stomach pokes out a little bit,
No, it's not.
Yeah, that never happens.
That's not.
That's a point in your fingers.
The nonprofit National Museum of Transportation, Moon, I know you've taken your kids there.
Oh, in Kirkwood, dude, I love that place. I've been going there since I was a kid.
Yeah, we used to live down the street from there. That's on Barrett Station, right off Darty Ferry.
Love it.
And they are trying to raise some money to remove graffiti from 2 of the trolleys.
are you kidding me?
Yeah, I can't say the word that I'm thinking of right now, but what jerks would do this.
The executive director of the museum says vandals damaged the trolleys back on January 10th. That was a Friday. So they say video cameras showed two people carrying bags and entering the property, which is on Barrett Station Road, about 6 a.m. that Friday. It was snowing that Friday.
And they still went out.
They walked along the train tracks of the Union Pacific Main Line and climbed over rocks to get to the trolleys. So these the green and cream colored trolleys were spray painted with white bubble letters. Initials and numbers were scribbled across the side. Another part of the trolley, big red bubble letters JSK were outlined in black. And I'm thinking, JSK.
JSK.
Wasn't he a president?
John Samuel Kiowski.
That's what I thought. John
no.
Sebastian Kiowski.
Oh, my gosh.
John, where were you?
General manager.
The boss of this building. We've solved the crime.
I haven't seen him in a few days.
You're right. I
What
haven't
is
either.
John's middle name, I wonder?
Let me see your hands, John.
Sebastian.
You got
is a
any
good
spray
guess.
paint on those hands?
The S stands for spray paint.
Kiowski.
John Sebastian Kiowski. So some a-hole or a-holes spray painted the trolleys over there at the Museum of the National Museum of Transportation.
What a bummer.
So are these people that just only spray trains and they like that kind of thing?
Oh,
'Cause
yes.
Maybe we need to really enforce, the stop tagging train thing so that way they have a place to go and start
I think they've
tagging
tried to
again.
do that.
Well, after
you know?
defacing the trolleys, they then spray painted the security cameras. They've not been caught yet. St. Louis County Police, they say they have no suspects. The video images are not that great, and the police are choosing not to publicize them in an effort to find whoever it is. And the video's so bad they can't even tell if the vandals were male or female.
But it was during snow time, so
It
they
was-
have tracks, right?
It was 6 a.m. It was
Like the train.
was snow. Stop it, Scott.
No, but no,
Come
I'm
on,
saying
buddy.
they had tracks they
If
could
you're going to
follow.
sit in here,
Well, it
and it's-
hit me afterwards.
You're doing it on accident now?
Yeah. But no, you could walk and follow that, right?
well, it was snowing that morning, 6 a.m. So I think we got 3 inches of snow.
Okay.
The cost to remove the graffiti from both trolleys will be $20,000, and the museum, it's pretty much they have an operating budget of $2.2 million, but it's a nonprofit, gets no government support, relies on donations. They have a lot of volunteers over there, so I know they have like a GoFundMe set up
Okay.
on their website. So if you want to help out,
I just shared the article so people follow us.
my kids got a lot of enjoyment going there. It was a place that was right down the street when the kids were real young. My son especially real young, and he just go ride the train.
It's super cool. And over the past couple decades, they've put they got the giant building. They've got like a learning center in there. You can do birthday parties, and it's a good spot.
Yeah, it's a cool little
nice,
spot.
Fun little hidden area over there.
It's a cool little spot. Speaking of kids, couple of viral videos I want to tell you about. A woman went viral after telling a story about how her kids were playing with their dead grandpa's ashes and may have eaten them.
Oh, no. You ate Grandpa.
What?
So I guess the ashes were in it wasn't an urn. It looks like a cross, like a hollowed out glass cross. And I guess she had, these are like toddlers. And toddlers, mischievous creatures.
Right.
They love ashes.
So I guess she had gone to the bathroom or something, left these kids for 2 minutes. She came back. Grandpa was all over the floor. Well, she didn't realize it was Grandpa on the floor. Here she is. Here she is talking about it.
The boys got Pawpaw. They got him, and they dumped him out all over my carpet, and I didn't realize it was Pawpaw, and I vacuumed him up. Ah! They may have eaten some of him, too, because Rami had the cap in his mouth.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I think she would have noticed it was him with the glasses she vacuumed up.
just you've got. I can see a lot of Papa in you.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Man.
I mean, you.
Papa would want it that way.
I guess Papa's going to be with you forever in your digestive tract.
Or at least a couple hours until he passes.
Yeah.
Gosh. Again.
A guy, man, I feel bad for this guy. A guy down in Florida, He was straightforward situation, pulled over for running a red light. This is down in Jacksonville back in December 13th, and they're just releasing the footage of this now. So situation seems straightforward. This guy named Jason, 39-year-old guy, pulled over for running a red light. Body cam footage shows him calmly telling officers, listen, I am carrying a firearm, which is 100% legal in the state of Florida. Mm-hmm. You can carry. And he did what you're supposed to do. If you're pulled over and you have a firearm on you, you tell the officer, I'm carrying. Mm-hmm. I have it on me. So they tell him to get out of the car. Everything's calm. Everything's cool. The one officer thanks him for his honesty, asks him, hey, step out of the car. Let everybody be safe here. But things went sideways pretty quickly. So another officer, a woman named Mindy Cardwell, she went to secure the gun from the man's waistband. Mm-hmm. He had, I believe he had it in a holster. Everything was cool. So she went to take the gun out of the holster, which was on his waistband, and shot him.
Oh. What?
Well.
Yep. Huh. Here is the moment that Jason, who was pulled over, is asked about his gun, and then Officer Mindy Cardwell accidentally shoots him in the leg while she tries to get the gun out.
You got anything crazy in the car? Yeah. What do you got? A gun. All right. Oh, you okay? Put the gun down.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Wow.
So is he still getting a ticket, you think?
I believe you'll be okay.
He's going to own
a
the
golden
He owns
ticket.
half the county now, I guess.
Yeah, man. Holy smokes.
Lucky.
Yeah, the guy's going to be all right. Shot in the leg. They're just releasing that footage now. The officer who was trying to secure the gun, Mindy, has been
Assigned
relieved of duty.
A different job.
They charged her.
Service duty now?
They charged her with incompetence, and she was fired.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, like how does that even happen? I mean, she just pointed and shooted it at him, or was it an
She was
accidental
unholstering
shot?
it, and I guess
And touch the
she
trigger.
had her finger on the trigger or
Wow.
whatever. The gun discharged and shot him in the leg.
Wow. And he asks if she's okay, right? Is that what? Can we hear it again? Because
Yeah,
I
let's
think
hear it
he
again.
asks.
You got anything crazy in the car? Yeah. What do you got? A gun. All right. Oh, you okay? Put the gun down.
No,
Maybe
that's
it's another
the other
officer.
police officer.
Okay.
Sounds like a very small chopper is coming in from,
Yeah.
from the background.
I know. It sounds like MASH.
We talked about this woman. Her name is Bonnie Blue. Do you remember why we talked about Bonnie Blue?
Bonnie Blue.
I don't.
I know
She's
Bonnie
a world
Pink.
record holder, right?
Right. Bonnie Blue is the woman who had sex with 1,057
Oh,
men.
yes. I do remember her. Didn't remember.
Not to be confused with the other woman over in England who is trying to have sex with 1,000 men. I think she's doing that in February. Bonnie did it a couple weeks ago.
She's the one that
She's
did
the one-
1057.
With
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
With 1,000, she slept with 1,057 men.
She's
Or
the one
so
that,
heard people say.
You remember the gal that was in the news for doing it a week before? She was the one that was like
She's the
crying.
one that did a couple hundred.
With the documentary.
Right, that was like crying.
And she
It was
planned
not
on
great.
doing 1,000 in February. But this Bonnie Blue woman,
This is the one, she came out and did it and was like,
So those are
hey, oh,
Did it
feeling
already?
good, little sore, that's all.
that's it. That's
Really?
it. And you think about, okay, who are the guys
Yeah.
that are waiting in line?
That's what I asked. I go, who are the guys? We know who the girl is
We know the girl is.
and what her goals are. What's up with these dudes that are in line?
I feel like, and I'm, this isn't a nice thing to say or anything, but like for some reason, my mind, my visual goes to the human version of Ren from Ren and Stimpy. It's kind of bent over going,
Yeah.
hey, when's it my turn?
Pull up a picture of Bonnie Blue.
it's like sex golem.
Right, and I feel that's a terrible way to envision someone. Wait, what'd you say?
Her name is Bonnie Blue.
Yeah,
Pull up
here
a
she
picture
is.
of her.
I got it right.
In case you're wondering what she looks like.
Yeah,
Nice
Sabrina
woman.
She's
Carpenter.
a shiny
She
person.
does.
She's very pretty.
Yeah. She's 25 years old. And she has become notorious for advertising her multi-men sexcapades with dozens of men, in this case 1,058, lining up at various locations for the opportunity to have sex with her.
Well,
I say 1,058. She wound up doing a 1,057 because one man was pulled out of line
Oh, no.
because his mother showed up.
What?
Wow.
Jason, you get in this car.
Yep. And I
knew
have
where
the
you were
audio.
going.
Oh, great.
No way.
How old was this guy?
I hope this was set up.
I don't
to
know.
be a joke.
I don't know his name. So an irate mother ordered her son to leave the line of men waiting to have sex with a porn star.
Mom, you're embarrassing me.
Now I look dumb.
No, you talk about embarrassment when she's doing a speech at the wedding. You know, a few years from now, like, oh man, remember that time I pulled Jacob out of the line at Bonnie Blues?
I mean, it sounds like a foreign mother. Here's what that sounded like.
Go in, put your clothes on and come. Otherwise, I'll get the police to come for you. Put on your clothes now and come out. Come out of here now. Put on your coat and shoes and come. Don't let me call the police, you know.
He's coming. He's lost his coat.
Where's your coat? Where's the coat? Find your coat.
Where's your coat? Put on your clothes,
She's awesome.
or I'm calling the police.
There you go, Ma.
Yeah,
I wonder how she figured this out.
I know you rescued him.
Great
Probably
job,
looking
Mom.
at texts or, Live 365 or whatever you guys do.
Put your clothes on, otherwise I'll get the police to come for you.
What if she was out in the car waiting for him, and then she starts seeing all these guys going like, "Wait, what is this about?" And then
Yeah,
walks
she's
in and
like-
goes, "Guys, I'm waiting for Jacob."
She's like, he under the guise of, I'm just going to run in there real quick.
Yeah, he said he was picking something up.
And also, like, what are all the other men in line looking like, oh my gosh, like, here comes a woman? They probably don't want to be a part of this, really. They're doing it for their
The
own
men?
perversions.
What?
What do you mean they don't want? There are
Well, no, they want to
they
do
are willing
that,
participants,
But they don't want to be
disgusting
outed
endeavor.
for it. They probably want to remain private
One of
about
them
it.
show their face.
Okay, and that was
Some of them wear masks.
That's what I mean.
really okay.
People
So
are
that,
ashamed of what
okay,
they're
so
doing.
that was my question before. I've only seen pictures of her, not in this scenario, right? So, how does one verify this? These guys and gal, they're going into a room, and there's somebody with a clipboard, like
Yeah.
Guinness World
She has a
Records?
staff.
Oh, okay, so somebody is verifying it?
Yeah. Apparently.
How does that work?
So mom shows up. Oh, Mom, I'm with my friends. She shows up. She's yelling at him, get your clothes on. Where's your, the best is, where's your coat?
Where's
'Cause
your
that's
coat?
like that's like a true
Get your coat.
like a true mother. Like, where's your coat?
Call the police, you know.
He's coming. He's lost his coat.
Where's your coat? Where's the coat? Find your coat.
Don't shout, please.
It's unacceptable to me. It will get me more annoyed.
He's coming now. He's coming.
Otherwise, I'll get the police to come for him. You know I don't choose to call police already. Where is he?
He's just getting changed. He's coming out.
That's kind of on him.
I wouldn't have come. Joseph, where's your coat?
It's downstairs, sir.
Joseph,
Joseph.
You know where the
Oh,
coat
he's-
is?
Joseph's 19.
19.
You know where the coat is, right? It's in the guest bedroom on
It's
a
on the
pile.
other bed.
It's on the other bed, yeah, in a pile of coats.
I bet
This
he's
is the
bummed.
non-sex room where the coats go.
Trying to find my coat, Ma.
Mom,
Hang
Jo-
on.
okay,
getting
so-
an STI
so-
now.
There's
Several-
1,057 coats in here.
Several men tried to calm the mom down and get her to just, hey, be quiet.
You're ruining my boner,
so
Mom.
cool.
She refused until the son came out with her. And he's like, I'm 19. I could do what I want.
Well, that's true.
I've signed the consent form.
I'm a grown ass man, Ma.
However, he ultimately complied with his mom's demands, leaving the premises before
The deed.
he waited in line for so long.
What if that was this kid's first?
Right.
What if
That's
that would have been?
thinking.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, what if this was like, maybe he was an incel in some way. It was like, this is
This
my shot. This is my shot. It's gonna new horizons. Ma, you ruined it. You saved me forever.
You're just going to have to go find somebody the old-fashioned way.
You don't want that to
man.
be your first experience.
No.
right?
You don't want that to be your
No.
first
You want the
time.
perfection and lack of awkwardness that we all dealt with. I'm
Sure, it was a story.
Wasn't that the basis of Milk Money, that Melanie Griffith movie from the 90s where the young kids, like, want to go see boobs and they save up all this money to go see like The Town Prostitute, which is Melanie Griffith's character.
Well, I never saw that.
I need to watch that movie.
You ever see the movie Biloxi Blues?
No.
It's an old Neil Simon movie. Matthew Broderick's in the army, and they go to a hooker for their first time. It's a great movie. Look that up. Biloxi Blues. Yeah. Listen, your first time is I was number 832.
Wow, so romantic.
Yeah.
Tell us about your first time.
Well, I was in line with all these other naked guys.
And the cool thing is, I got 6 STIs.
Yep. Yeah, the vetting process for something like this, there's no way.
There's no way.
There's an STD check and, hey, are you married?
You're
There's
really
none
rolling
of
the
that.
dice.
That means there's germs.
This woman's definitely getting a cold sore.
Oh, yes. And so is everyone else after that person implants the cold sore on her.
Yeah. So Joseph ultimately goes with mom. Oh, this is the Biloxi Blues.
Yeah.
Go back. This is a great movie. I'll play the trailer.
All right. Ready?
Christopher Walken,
Oh, yeah.
I see him.
We're walking.
1988 Biloxi Blues. All right, give me a little audio.
Okay.
Standing me, Jerome. Ho, no. I mean, no ho, Sergeant. It's just plain ho.
You're
Just plain
embarrassing me
ho.
in front of the lizards and the buzzards. What would you do if the Japanese army was behind you?
Surrender and get some sleep.
Okay, honey. Do your stuff.
This is the prostitute.
Yeah.
Before you got your knee on my stomach.
I'm sorry.
Didn't anyone ever teach you anything?
Well, my brother showed me a few things. You look a lot different than my brother.
What?
Yeah, Neil Simon's Biloxi Blues. He loses his virginity to a hooker.
This is Ferris Bueller Goes to the Army.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is. With Christopher Walken
It's really, again,
as a drill
1988.
sergeant.
Excellent movie.
And he's got such great comedic timing. That guy's very, very talented.
So anyway, Joseph goes with mom. He doesn't get to do Bonnie Blue. She does complete.
Joseph has to go home and Joe.
Yeah, he went from Joe time to Joseph time.
She did complete the mission of sleeping with over 1,000 men, 1,057 people.
Man.
She claims to have unseated a woman named Lisa Sparks, who was a Kentucky porn star who held the Guinness World Record for having sex with 919 men
Hey,
back in 2004.
if that isn't the coolest band name ever.
What is it?
Kentucky Porn Star.
Kentucky Porn Star.
Why does that
Playing
just,
Point Fest,
why
the
does
side
that
stage
just
this
bounce
year.
out so well? Kentucky Porn Star.
Here is another video making the rounds this week. So a mom has, we'll say, sparked some outrage over something she did with her newborn who is in the NICU unit. So the NICU, if you don't know, was it Neo
Intensive care.
Intensive Care Unit, and it's ICU for babies. So this mom, her name is Allie Ray. She is a TikTok influencer. So her kid is in the NICU. And she's under investigation after she was caught unplugging her baby from hospital monitors while live streaming on TikTok. Now, in the footage, she's seen tampering with the equipment which is monitoring her infant daughter. And she did it, why? She wanted to get the nurse's attention when they weren't in the room.
Oh, my God.
Why? Because she wanted a turkey sandwich. Dude, this is
gotta be
wild.
kidding me.
Listen to this. Let me get the audio going here. Here she is.
No, you're fine. It's not an emergency. Oh. I just was gonna see if you could bring me a turkey sandwich. From they have them in the nourishment right there.
Okay, so she unplugs the monitor, which is monitoring her daughter.
Right.
Nurse comes running in
Yes.
Yeah, because there's alarms going on.
because the alarm's going off, and she's like, "Oh, it's not an emergency."
Oh.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna see if you could bring me a turkey sandwich.
Wow.
Now, and she posts this as if she's bragging about it. Now, in a follow-up video, she says, "I was told if I needed something to unplug, that's what I'm gonna do."
No way.
That's a doctor's order right there.
No way.
Sure, that kid's on
People
a-
watching were outraged, saying her behavior was irresponsible, was dangerous.
illegal.
A bedside hospital nurse went on to TikTok to say, I'm telling you with 100% confidence, there's absolutely no way in hell any nurse told her to unplug one of the baby's monitors. Even if the baby wasn't in intensive care, a nurse would never say that to anybody.
Yeah, that
Ever.
seems problematic.
Don't unplug the TV. Don't touch anything. Are you guys like I am? I mean, I've spent more time in hospitals the last year or two than I wanted to. But when I'm in there, I am like,
Oh, you don't want to touch anything.
No, my hands are where I can see them because I don't want to accidentally hit a cable
They have
of any.
call buttons.
I mean, I'm
Right.
walking around like this in any hospital room because I'm freaked out about tripping over a cord or doing anything
Yes.
that might mess something up.
They got call buttons.
Yeah, literally, like right here. They're a part of the TV remote usually because they're attached to the bed and plugged in. Don't touch any plugs.
Now, okay, give the woman a little grace, maybe, because she's in the hospital with her baby.
And she's maybe going through some postpartum stuff.
Sure, she seems like a dope.
Yeah, I think.
Give her some grace because she's a dope.
She seems like a dope.
And those buttons with the nurse's picture on are hard to figure out.
Yeah, it's got.
You know,
it's
what
got the
does that
little-
mean? Why does
yeah.
it say nurse there with the red thing? Or
So she did that the first time. She posted it. She tried to defend herself. The controversy deepened when she was seen in another clip doing it again. This time she unplugged the baby's monitors and requested a drink.
Like, I'm sorry.
right.
I mean, I get that your baby is laid up, and that's very scary, and I have a lot of empathy for that. But also, like, it's not room service, dude.
No.
You got to go get your own damn turkey sandwich. You know what that's
Right.
You're taking care away. Like, these
From other
nurses
patients.
are not your delivery. This is not Uber Eats. There's other things that they need to be doing besides delivering you a sandwich.
Right. I didn't know that was part of the thing.
Right.
well, I know that sometimes in those places, if you're, they know you want to sit there by your whoever's in the hospital there, so they'll bring you that kind of stuff if you ask. But that's why they have the button. You ask, and then they'll put an order in, and it'll
Right.
come into your room.
Right.
Yeah, it's wild. And then she again got onto the social medias, and she appeared to mock people who were taking her to task. You guys are so annoying. I can't get Mel a drink when I'm holding her. And I guess she got enough heat where she finally deleted her TikTok account.
Okay. Well, it's going to go in
Gone.
anyway. So.
And one woman commented, she's already showing negligent and careless behavior. If she's going to act like that while the baby's in the hospital, God only knows what's going to happen at home.
Yeah.
And actually, there's an active case being investigated by the police now
Okay.
for this. So there's that. Here is another uplifting story. Pennsylvania man facing charges for shooting an Instacart delivery driver that he mistook for a home intruder. There's a lot of blame in this story, and I'm going to break it down. We've all used Instacart, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've all used Instacart. So if your spouse orders something from Instacart, do they let you know, like, hey, I ordered something, expect somebody at the door or whatever, maybe give you a heads up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I
Or
remember?
maybe not even all the time. If somebody, comes to the house, my first instinct is not to shoot them, honestly, especially when it's during the day.
Wait, what?
Anyway. So cops said they got a call about 7:30 in the evening last Saturday for a guy shot in the leg in a neighborhood in Newton Township, which is about 100 miles north of Philadelphia. So investigators found out that a woman had ordered groceries through Instacart that evening, but never told the husband. This 43-year-old guy, Nick Sabo's the husband. She never told the husband that a delivery was on the way. When the Instacart driver arrived, Nick's wife, the one who ordered Instacart, saw an alert from her home security camera that said there was movement detected near the garage. Remember, she's the one that ordered the Instacart.
Yes.
Golly.
She's having cognitive decline, maybe. Who knows?
So she tells the husband, hey, I think somebody's trying to break into our trailer, which was on the property. That's when Nick grabs a gun, goes outside to confront the suspected thief, and shoots him in the leg.
Oh my goodness.
Man, was this a?
Well, he was carrying eggs and milk.
Dude, what a bad week for dudes with legs, like getting shot by police officers and Instacart orderers.
Police say the husband goes out, sees the individual, no verbal confrontation, no nothing, just shoots. The poor Instacart driver, who's probably trying to make a couple bucks to make ends meet, he runs back to his car where his wife and kids were.
Oh no, whole family's Instacarting.
The whole family was there. I'm telling you, this poor guy was probably just trying to make a side hustle.
Yeah, it's a second or third job.
Second or third
quality
job.
Come on, man.
time with his children.
Maybe they were off to go somewhere, and he's like, "Let me just do an order and get a couple extra bucks. Maybe we're going out to dinner. I finally got enough money to go out to dinner.
And babe, it's a nice neighborhood. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll just do one order."
Yeah, this will be awesome. I'll probably get a good tip.
Oh man,
I'll just do one. So he runs back. The wife and the kids are in the car. They drive down the street. He calls 911. Rush to the hospital. Had to undergo surgery to treat his injury. He'll be all right. The husband arrested on a charge of recklessly endangering another person.
Oh, this is a ticking time bomb. This guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't this instance, it would have been something else. Somebody that's that loose with the restraint or the
no verbal confrontation.
Like nothing. Like he just went out and shot someone.
Yikes.
Just, oh my God, shoot. You know what I mean? Like he just shot.
I'm hoping there's some empathy from the wife who, remember, ordered the Instacart, never told, forgot.
What if she's trying to get her husband to go to jail or something, and so she set him up?
Ooh, wow.
You know?
That's awesome.
Complex.
Maybe that could be a thing where she's like, I know what I'll do. I'll order Instacart and then act like there's an intruder. Just saying, let's exhaust all things.
I look forward to seeing the Hulu documentary.
Yeah, this will be
in 3 years.
Maybe.
Because they live in a McMansion, so...
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah, so there's a chance that the guy that got shot also hit the lottery. Who knows?
I will say, it's easy, apparently, it's easy to forget that you ordered those things because it comes like hours later, typically, you know? Because my wife, she must have forgotten because I was coming out of the garage and somebody pulls in and my son's like, whoa, who the heck is this? And I was like, I don't know, man. They blocked us.
Shoot them.
And I was like, what? I was like, what is going on? And I'm looking at them and they're looking at me like, hey. And I was like, do I know this person? And I asked my son, I was like, do you know who this is? What the heck is going on? And then they get out and they look at me and start coming towards me. I was like, whoa. And I rolled on the window and I go, hey, man, what's going on? And they go, do you want it up by the front door? And I went,
oh, I had the same kind of thing happen to me the other day.
Man.
Yeah. And then my wife texted me and said, hey, was that the Instacart driver? I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about that.
Right.
I forgot.
Good thing you didn't shoot him.
Well, yeah. But it was interesting because we were pulling out and they pulled in front of us and blocked us.
Yeah, I was pulling out of the garage. I was backing out of the garage the other day. Not really paying attention because nobody was parked behind me or anything. I'm pulling out of the garage like I do a gazillion times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And an Amazon driver walked behind me. Because I guess she saw that I had the garage open. She was going to hand me the package. But I saw on my reverse camera, just all of a sudden a figure appear.
Whoa.
Oh!
Apparition.
Driveway ghosts.
Oh! And I think it was just after the snow, so the backup camera had all the salt and stuff on it, so it was blurry.
So it really was an apparition. Just
But
a
you
ghost
looked over
went
your
by.
shoulder, right?
That's how you get yourself killed. Welcome behind cars.
Well, listen, similar incidents have happened, across the country. Last May, a Tennessee homeowner was charged with attempted second-degree murder for opening fire on a Domino's pizza delivery driver who showed up to his address by mistake.
Well, here's the thing with the Domino's thing, and here's the difference. And I would hate to be a driver these days. I drove a school bus up in North County and North City, and there was a couple neighborhoods that were less than favorable, especially if you're up there picking people up at 5:30 in the morning, and when it's still dark, especially in the winter.
Sure.
Like you kind of think, but I'm a bus. Nobody's fooling with a bus. You can see me now. Pizza is a little different because there's certain hours, but now every time I leave for work in the morning, there's some car. And it's a car or a SUV or like a small van. It's not an Amazon labeled truck or any of that kind of stuff. And they got to be doing deliveries. And all I thought was, this is how you get yourself hurt.
I haven't seen it in a while, but I guess there are drivers who do rent cars, rent vans, and are able to take routes.
Yeah, well, yeah, FedEx and Amazon and all that, they all hire out separate companies. And those companies can do what they want with their fleets. They can buy Ford Focuses for all Amazon cares. But they're doing deliveries at 4 a.m. at least in my neighborhood.
Yeah, and running up to houses.
Yeah, and dude, the reason that I notice it all the time now is because when I first saw them, they were sitting outside my house. And I'm not going to leave when there's somebody running a car outside my house at 4 a.m.
Right.
So I just kind of sat there and like mean mugging them. And I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. I thought, are they warming up a car? Why are they parked here? And then sure enough, after a few minutes of sitting there, they got out and ran a package down somebody's front yard. And I was like, this is...
Yeah, it's a
So
recipe
you're saying
for...
they need the pizza thing on top?
Well,
You
and
gotta have
that could
something.
backfire too. If you go to a bad neighborhood with the pizza, like a Domino's sign on the top of your car,
They may
you're
think you
a
have
target.
cash.
You're a target for cash.
Well, you got to... This person wasn't wearing...
A vest or anything?
A vest, right. I thought they
not
were
good.
supposed to wear a vest. There needs to be some
they
sort
were
of
not.
standardized
Like a
thing
vest that
following the
lights up
rules.
when they're walking or something?
with a big D on the back.
That's
you know,
it's a recipe for
delivery.
disaster.
Big D on the back, huh?
You know it.
Construction workers at a seaside village in England found an old bottle while digging trenches. How old? Like 200 years old.
Bring it to the Antiques Roadshow in St. Louis.
200-year-old bottle. Wow. And it was still filled with liquid.
What kind of liquid?
Well, the workers initially thought, man, we found like an old bottle of rum. And they were planning on drinking it.
Oh.
What? that was my first thought when I read this. You know, they were like, oh, yeah, the construction workers, they found, you know, this old bottle in the trenches, and it was sealed, and it looked like it was sealed up pretty good.
Right?
And their first thought was, let's drink it.
Survival of the fittest, dude. Just let them drink
it's
it.
probably rum. But the project manager stopped them before they popped the cork, and they're like, hey, maybe there's some significance to the bottle. Like, let's not just drink everything we see, which is something, you know, you shouldn't have to tell adults.
Right.
Right?
Well,
Hey, dude, there is a draw to it. There is a magnetism to that special kind of thing. I still have a full 1982 Cardinals World Championship Coke bottle, sealed.
And the Coke's still inside.
Yeah, and I dare you, especially those 80s bottles, the way that they look, the way that the printing is on it, I dare you, if I hand you that bottle, to not have the thought of, man, I really want to drink this.
When I
Just in taste.
when I get sick.
But that's soda. You know
I
what
wanna
that
see
is,
what this-
hopefully.
But I want to see what it tastes like.
Not
This is
some-
an unlabeled,
Right.
an unlabeled bottle that you found that was buried.
I'm just telling you,
Right.
there's something human about going, oh, look at that. It's
Just
in there. I want to try this.
Let's crack it open. It's probably rum. You know, it's in England. You know, a lot of boats.
It's the same thing. There's no difference between an ancient pirate wine bottle and my 1982 Coke bottle. It's the same draw.
There was apparently a draw to drink this thing. But the foreman was like, the project manager's like, we need to bring this somewhere. It could be, you know, an old relic that should be preserved, and whatever's inside, you know, should be preserved. So they brought it over to a nearby university to be analyzed. And analysis shows the bottle was from the mid-1800s.
wow.
And it was filled with urine.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Right on.
No, it wasn't.
Does urine
And
ferment?
it was filled with pee.
No way.
200 years ago, they were burying
Yes,
their
and I
urine
looked
in
up
bottles.
why.
Why were they doing that?
It makes sense.
The plague?
No.
It was
Good
plague.
guess.
It was
plague
good
urine.
humor, I think.
So the bottle is known as, the shape of the bottle is known as a witch's bottle. Okay? And they bury it to keep evil away from the house.
Right on.
It's for like protection.
It's like for protection.
I haven't done this yet. I'm going to do
Another
this when I
theory
get home
was
later.
since it was found like seaside, it was put there by a sailor to ensure a safe journey to wherever they were going.
a witch bottle.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, now their boat just sank.
Yeah, that guy's gonna have bad luck now.
Oh, it's protection against witchcraft.
Against to ward off spirit, to keep away evil from the house. So you bury it, probably filled with pee.
Well, it's fighting fire with pee. Fighting fire with fire, really.
Or if you're a sailor, you pee in the bottle, you bury it to ensure a safe journey.
I feel like King Scott could like sell his own urine on OnlyFans in your own witch bottle to ward off like evil spirits. People would buy that.
We sure are a creative species, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh, remember we had the story a couple months ago of the sailors who found the bottle, they drank it, and immediately died.
But what was in that? Just old old liquid that was poisonous? Like, what was it? Poison?
Whatever poisonous liquid.
What was this story?
Remember, it was like from I want to say Taiwan. These fishermen found a bottle of something or other floating, and they drank it and immediately died.
Oh my gosh, this happened in June. This just happened. 4 fishermen drank old bottle. Let's see. 4 fishermen die after drinking from bottle found in sea. 2 survivors taken aboard merchant vessel.
Yeah.
The death toll following the death toll.
Yeah.
The death toll following the incident where the crew of a fishing vessel had consumed the contents of a bottle that they found floating in the sea.
Yeah, that's
assuming it was liquor. They have now it's now increased to 4, while 2 others are still in critical condition, according to the Sri Lankan Navy.
Why?
What's going on near the beach?
Oh, look, booze.
Must be booze.
Must be booze. They're drinking.
Must be booze in here.
4 of the 6 crew members of the fishing vessel have died.
Yeah.
Huh.
Did they ever figure out what it was?
Not in this article.
Guys,
we know that it wasn't booze.
let this be a lesson.
Yes. Don't be drinking trash.
Don't be drinking random
What are you doing?
bottles you find.
Yeah, without
Fun
vetting
game.
it first. I get that, like, there's a company I read last week, a whiskey company, that's going to make this underwater. They're going to bury some of these, I don't know, rye seeds underwater, and there's a significance to it or so. Or maybe that's it. It was a pirate ship that had rye seeds on it, and they're going to make whiskey out of these seeds that they found on this shipwreck in one of the lakes here in America. And so all the whiskey fanatics or the rye fanatics are getting really excited. Because this is like ancient seeds that they're, distilling into this rye. And I'm going, who's going to be the first person to taste test that? Or make sure it's okay? Like, I get that the significance of having the seeds is cool, but you're going to consume it? I mean, do we know what the...
Was there an old poison?
You know what's so
Extension
funny?
is there?
You know what's so funny about that is, whiskey fanatics they're a interesting bunch.
Absolutely.
It's probably going to taste like any other whiskey.
I know.
Yo, here's
And I like whiskey. I like a good glass of whiskey.
At twice the price.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're going to pay a premium.
Yeah.
These are 200-year-old rye seeds.
Whoa.
What a gimmick.
Think about this boat, okay? There's 6 people on this thing. That's a small boat, right? 6 people.
Fishermen, yeah.
Somebody-
Was it Taiwan?
No, Sri Lanka. It was off the coast of Sri Lanka. Hey, so 6 people are there.
Gross.
They find this bottle. Somebody goes, "It must be alcohol," and then one idiot tries it first,
Right.
and tries it and reacts in some sort of favorable way, where the next one then tries it, and then the
Delicious.
next one did. So it wasn't like a whoop, like, oh, that tastes awful, or
Right.
6 people
Or
tried
it
this thing.
could have been, oh, dude, this tastes like crap. Try this.
Yeah.
Right. It was.
That
yeah.
happens all the time.
That happens all the time.
Good news, guys. I'm pretty sure it's not pee. Here, try it.
I know. Here it is.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and Christopher's right. Christopher on the instant feedback's like, the age-old question is, will this get me effed up? And that's probably why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Must
I mean,
have
we're
been a
the
slow
species
day.
that makes toilet wine, so, I mean,
Fish weren't biting.
Will this get me effed up? Let's see.
yeah.
I bet that ancient stuff probably tastes like
Bottoms
garbage.
Man's mission to find will to get him effed up.
It probably tastes like garbage, man. I mean, think
I
of
would imagine.
think of the tech
Dude.
that we've. Think of the advancements in apples. You see this thing? It's like friggin' candy, but we've manufactured this thing, because it's like one of those cross-pollinating plants.
Yeah.
So like the ancient apples that we hear about in the Bible and different things, they weren't this dope.
No.
There was some of that waxy crap we grew up with in the 80s.
And this is why Brussels sprouts taste different and better now than they did in the 80s when we were kids, when our parents used to make us eat Brussels sprouts. They were garbage.
Yeah, because we figured it out.
We figured it out.
The maker's mark from the old days sucks, I'm sure.
I think, what were the original color of bananas? I think those have been genetically modified too.
The original
yellow?
color was different?
Either that or carrots.
Carrots they have multiple color ones, and they say that the orange one got super popular after Bugs Bunny. He's the one that
really?
made kids want orange carrots.
Yeah, because they're like
'Cause
yellow
there's like
and purple
purple,
ones, right?
yellow,
Yeah.
They still have them all.
Yeah, is it carrots or bananas?
heirloom,
I don't know.
heirloom carrots.
We really are covering a lot of ground this Friday.
Yeah.
Which is what it's all about.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Now you got me on a rabbit hole of fruit and vegetables in their original colors.
4011.
Wild bananas, man. You're right. There's all sorts of weird stuff
All
about
sorts
that.
of weird colors.
And they
Now-
had hard seeds in them.
Yeah, now we've
Figured it out.
figured it out. If you asked if you have a 7th grader, let's say you got a kid at home. If you asked, what's the youngest kid you have in your house? What grade?
5th.
5th grade. If you asked him what his dream job was, what would they probably say?
Oh, man. Right now? I'd say,
YouTuber.
well, in the very moment, and this could change at any minute, I would say he wants to play for the 49ers. He's a 49ers fan through and through. It's out of nowhere, suddenly.
How the heck?
Never.
Does he know your relationship with the 49ers? Because this season was trash, right?
Never cared about football at all. And then him and his buddies are full in Madden, and he's got like 4 49ers jerseys now. I mean, he is in.
I think if you were asked like your average 7th grader, they would say YouTuber.
YouTuber or video
rapper,
game.
Subway sandwich artist. I don't know.
So, yes. Something with video games.
Very specific.
I don't know. They probably wouldn't say electropsychologist.
Electro.
I don't know. I don't even know if that's a job. New research came up with a list of the top dream jobs worldwide. And they did it by looking into targeted online search results for stuff like how to be a blank. And in the end, the top dream job across the entire world, what do you think it is? And I will tell you that YouTuber is 13th on the list.
Okay.
Dang, the top dream job.
Across the world.
Is it like a tech, something with tech? Like a tech?
No.
And you said influencer was.
YouTuber's number 13.
Are
What
these
does it have
things-
to
Is this
do with-
guessable?
Yes.
Is this something we should know?
It's a badass job.
A professional athlete.
No.
Okay.
No, these are like, it's an achievable thing.
Okay, so
Like only a certain percentage of the world could be a professional athlete.
a pilot.
Doctor.
Pilot.
Oh,
Are you
that's-
serious?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm sorry. That's what he wants to be. Not a 49ers player. He wants to be a pilot.
Pilot is the number one dream job across the world.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
We actually we're texting back and forth talking about flight simulators for him. I totally forgot about this. Sorry. He actually said, "I want to be a pilot," and I said, "Commercial or cargo?" And he said, "Whichever pays more." And I said, "Okay, well, how much do you think they get paid?" And he goes, "Oh, at least $700,000." I went, "I don't think so, man." And we looked it up, and he said, "Looks like
They're paid well.
Yeah.
A commercial airline pilot.
Cargo was like average between like 50 and 110 or something like that, and a passenger was between like 70 and 150.
A commercial airline pilot.
It depends on
Yeah,
which
that-
one you're working on.
Right.
Because some of them are over 200. With
Yeah,
these.
they make
like
$250,000.
United American, they'll
Right,
make
well-
over 200.
$250,000.
For a commercial airline
Yeah.
pilot?
I don't think
Oh
so.
yeah.
Especially the international flights.
There is a shortage of pilots too. I believe they're paid pretty damn well. From what I understand.
Well, that's great then. That's productive.
The average salary for commercial pilots in the United States is $94,406 per year. The median annual wage for commercial pilots globally is $113.
Yeah,
Major
that's-
airline pilot salary, first officer and captain. It does say that it can get up to $400,000. So
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Dang.
The higher rank you are, I mean, you're
Yeah,
gonna,
you do very well. You do very well. So
must be a lot of newbies. Oh, I got it broken down. Who do you think pays the most?
what airline?
Yeah. Okay.
Is
okay.
it American?
Southwest.
Real quick. So year one, you're a first officer. You don't become captain until year 6, or maybe this is averages. I'm just going on what this website says. And then captain, it says year 12. The average looks like.
What company pays the most?
So for the first officers, that's year one going in. The company that pays the most right now is Southwest at $125,000.
Dang, I thought it was going to be Alaskan.
You can tell too.
Holy crap.
Southwest employees are the friendliest
Happier.
out of all of them.
Hey, that's what the friendliest of the skies, or right?
Yeah.
Isn't that their slogan? Now
I just
here's
noticed most pilots seem very happy.
here's where it gets interesting.
Oh, they're drunk.
By
Oh,
year
sure.
6,
Yeah.
they're saying a captain of for Southwest will make $315,000. Now, for United, that's up to $330,000. For UPS, Back to cargo.
Yeah.
They start you at 63,000. By year 6, you're making 360.
Whoa, man, nice.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That is cool.
By year 12 for FedEx, I'm sorry, not FedEx, UPS, you're making 375,000. Where we'll go back to Southwest, it's 330,000.
How much vacation time do you get though?
Well, okay, so worldwide, the top dream job is pilot. Now, for America, broken down to America, I just have the number one. What is the number one job for
Man, I stand
dream
corrected.
job for Americans? Again, not YouTuber, something achievable, not professional athlete.
Okay.
It's not a pilot.
Is it not glamorous?
It's wild that people would even want to do this with all the stories.
With all
Is
the
it
stories.
a police officer?
No.
With all the stories. Give us a hint.
Politician?
This is Americans.
This is Americans.
Specifically Americans.
Specifically Americans.
Oh, radio.
No.
Oh,
Flight attendant.
flight attendant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What?
Interesting.
Everybody just wants to get away.
Well, again, another job that can pay.
The number one dream job in America is flight attendant.
Interesting. So in the world, it's pilot, and
Yeah.
here in the United States, it's a flight attendant.
All right, throw out some jobs. I'll tell you where they come in worldwide.
A doctor.
Doctor is number 11.
Mortician.
Don't have that.
Okay. Ref.
Referee, no.
Lawyer.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Oh.
Lawyer, number 2. What?
So accountant. Is
Yeah, I
up
get
there?
that. People want to help people and make a lot of money. They don't want to do the nonprofit thing. They want to intervene
And
in
they forget
metal.
that it's
We all like making everything our business. It's a perfect job.
yeah.
All right, next. Go ahead.
Accountant.
Accountant. Nobody wants to be an accountant.
Actor, musician.
Actor, number 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
9.
Musician, did not make the list.
No, it's not on there anymore.
Well, influencer then.
No, we said YouTubers, number 13. That's pretty much.
Fashion designer.
Fashion designer, no.
But model.
No.
Stylist, like a
No.
hairstylist.
No.
Psychologist.
Psychologist, yes, number 15.
Wow, nicely done.
Flight attendant worldwide is number 17.
Okay.
Number 1 in America, 17 worldwide.
So maybe a captain of a boat.
No. Give me some of the basic ones.
Like a business owner, like a
fireman.
small business owner.
Fireman's number 16.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur did not make it.
Okay, EMS.
EMS, paramedic, number 20.
That's a tough gig.
Teacher.
Teacher, we'll say professor.
Yep.
Stay-at-home
Number
dog
12.
mom.
Nope, that
No.
did not.
Damn it.
That did not make it.
That's weird.
I don't think.
Give me the top. I mean, number 1 is pilot. Number 2 is lawyer.
HVAC.
3, 4, 5. Come on.
Stepdaughter wants to be a veterinarian.
Vet.
She wants to be a business owner and a
not make it.
veterinarian.
Marine biologist.
No.
One of my daughters wants to be. Well, she wanted to be a. She wanted to work in the medical field, like a doctor or a surgeon.
Surgeon, no.
But
Dentist.
Now
No.
she wants to be in fashion.
No. All right, we got number 3 is police officer.
Ah.
Oh, very cool.
Number 4 is pharmacist.
Oh, dude,
What a
Get
great
access,
job.
all that
access
money.
to those drugs.
all
Dude,
that, all that
pharmacist.
talk about money.
My wife's got some pharmacists in her family, and man, killing it.
Scott's got nothing but pharmacists on his side.
Yeah.
Not street pharmacists.
Oh. Yeah, that's what we got. Street pharmacists. We got farmers, pharmacist.
How do they like their gigs?
Well, they like it a lot, but they also,
It's crazy.
from the
hours,
outside,
is it
I wish
not?
they would go to a different company because the one they work for, they just seem like they're taking everything they can away. You know, and-
My wife's cousin works for one of those pharmacies. She's
Yeah.
the head pharmacist, I think, at a Walgreens or CVS or something like that. One of those, and she makes great money. Great money.
But it's a tough gig.
It's
It
a
is.
tough gig, and the only reason it's a tough gig, she says, because I cornered her. I was asking her 1,000 questions, which I'm sure she loved. Hey, good to see you. Let's talk about your job. Old people.
Oh, you got to deal with.
You got to deal with the elderly and their medication, and they got nothing to do. And their big trip out is going to the pharmacy to pick up their meds, and that is they are the worst people to deal with.
And they're kind of like nurses and all that stuff where you get attached to a lot of your returning customers, you know, then if they pass or something, I know that's difficult too.
Oh,
You
she
kinda
didn't care about that. She just like, these people.
Well, that's different than my family's
These
experience.
people. Hey, listen, the worst place to drive Thunderdome is a Walgreens parking lot at 11 a.m. when the old people are out getting their meds.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good
That's why
luck.
we have bumpers.
Nurse was number 5. So pilot, attorney, police officer, pharmacist, nurse. Physical therapist, 6. Midwife, 7. Judge at number 10. Dietitian, 14. Real estate agent, 18. Psychiatrist, 19. Those are the top dream jobs worldwide. In Canada and Australia and India, the number 1 dream job, DJ.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In Mexico and virtually everywhere in Central and South America, it's attorney. In England and Scotland, YouTuber. In Bulgaria, it's taxi driver.
No way.
They make a lot of money? Like, what's up with that?
The number 1 dream job in Bulgaria.
Everyone loves yellow over there.
Bulgaria. Wow.
That's-
What's up with Bulgaria?
I don't know.
It must be a sweet gig. Maybe
But if you are, okay, are you more likely to be an actor if you're an extrovert, a salesperson if you're neurotic, or a real estate agent if you're annoying? Or do these traits help you be these traits help you be successful in a given field? So a new study looked into what your job says about your psychological health. And it found clear correlations between a person's profession and their genetic predisposition for several psychiatric traits and disorders, like ADHD, autism, depression, schizophrenia, and anxiety.
I believe it.
Hey, I think this room represents all those words you just said.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, radio people are neurotic. I mean, and it's strange. I mean, you look at Howard Stern, he's a germaphobe. He's all up in his head. He's going to therapy every day.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one in radio that's erotic, not neurotic.
You are erotic.
You're very
Thank you.
erotic. So they collected data. So these correlations could influence how people choose their careers to an extent, but they also may offer potential benefits in those fields. So they collected data from more than 400,000 American and British workers across 20 different professional fields. And here's just a little sample of what they found. So STEM professionals, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, were most likely to be what?
Nerds.
On the autism spectrum.
Oh.
Oh, yes. One of the characteristics is memorizing wild stats and things that, like,
And thinking outside the box.
My brain couldn't.
Thinking like somebody without being on the spectrum wouldn't
Right.
normally think. And this is how innovation is, thinking outside the box. Schizophrenia was more prevalent in community and social workers.
Dang.
Anorexia shows up most frequently in teachers and educators.
really? That's surprising.
And jobs most associated with ADHD tended to require the least amount of education.
Say that again.
The jobs most associated
Say
with
that again. Sorry, I was distracted.
the jobs most. Were you serious?
Dang it. I am serious. I heard ADHD. I was like, what?
The jobs most associated with ADHD tend to require the least amount of education.
Hey, we're all on broadcast.
Like, so school and ain't
Well, yeah. We look at it like, oh, we're mental octopuses. We can, like, do multiple things at once.
so good with the schooling.
Yeah.
The most stable jobs with the least amount of mental health conditions were found in architecture and engineering, healthcare, farming, business and finance, office administration and support, management and sales. On the flip side, artists and designers were the most likely to be predisposed to many mental health conditions. So that's artists and designers. Anorexia, bipolar, autism, schizophrenia, and depression.
Boy. Fun.
Yep. So yeah, discuss that at the water cooler today. I don't know.
All right.
Take that information, do what you will. All right, we got to take a break, but first, and that is brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Join us for Champ Bash on Sunday. Hot Shots Fenton. Be out there with the fast lane and watch us make fools of ourselves as we do our choreographed dance
Yes.
during the halftime of the first game. From St. Louis, Nick Moran is our today. Nick Moran is a day one Riz listener, always talks about the show with his coworkers while converting as many non-listeners as possible into Riz fans. A Riz evangelist appreciates always giving them the news, the comedy, all in the same place while keeping them updated on local events as well. Looks forward to what the show will bring in the new year and hopes to meet most of us at future events. Nick Moran from St. Louis is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get your super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take our first break of the morning. We'll come back with crap on celebrities. It is 7:12. It is Friday. First look at the traffic and weather. All right, learn. What do you got?
Aerosmith is back, sort of, using dead grunge icons for marketing. Exciting movie news and the rockin' side of the Grammys this year.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. Have any of you guys seen that new documentary on Netflix called Don't Die?
Yes.
No.
Oh, is this the guy that's trying to be, live to
Live
1,000
forever?
years? Yeah.
First off, wild.
Right.
Okay, not as wild as like Kings of Tupelo. It's interesting. This guy's a freaking weirdo. And it got even weirder. It got even weirder with this guy with his son. And I'll tell you what he posted.
Oh, no.
Next, stay there.
Also, like, he dates Kylie Jenner.
Right.
And they're super cute. I got to say, I like it. I like seeing them together.
You don't see them out a lot. Like, there's not a lot of pictures of those two out together.
They went to I think they went to like a tennis match last year that they got.
Very rare. They're not like the fame whores.
Yeah.
Well, they don't need to be.
I think they were seen at McDonald's and then at Walmart.
I don't think
Speaking
they
of
do
new
that.
James Dean, there's this kid that they've been trying to kind of pitch because he has kind of like a James Dean look. It's this.
The guy from the motorcycle movie?
No, they just came up with the show, this Prime Target. Have you seen this?
Uh-uh.
They keep pushing it on us on Apple TV, and we started it. It's got this Leo Woodall kid,
Oh.
and I don't like it. Like, I'm trying to like the show, but for some reason he is not selling me. You guys don't know this
I
kid?
don't know the show, no.
He's from.
There's like Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, that's not a
No,
flattering photo.
He looks like he could be a Culkin.
He's a good-looking dude. He's in the White Lotus as like the super cute jacked guy. He's pretty decent in that, but this show's kind of fallen flat so far.
Not good.
Jeremy Renner is opening up about his near-fatal snowplow accident. He's releasing a memoir called My Next Breath, and so that'll be out here in a couple of weeks. In addition to his werewolf movie, Robert Eggers, who directed Nosferatu, The Witch, The Lighthouse, he is going to be directing a sequel to Labyrinth with David Bowie.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, there's going to be a sequel to the 1986 classic Labyrinth, and he's got
kidding.
all of Jim Henson's family members on board with executively producing it.
Whoa.
So pretty cool, actually. And that dude, if you've not seen The Witch, it is so damn good. And the way that he makes films eerie and just his work with coloring and Nosferatu is really good too.
You think he'll do it justice?
I think he will. Yeah, it'll be dark. It won't be
More
like
adult.
whimsical. It'll be more adult for sure.
Labyrinth?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because Labyrinth is so. I mean,
I haven't seen
It's
that
whimsical.
movie. I haven't seen that movie in 30 years.
No, I don't even
it's
remember
terrifying,
much
but it's a
about
kids' movie. Oh, you should see it, man.
I
It
haven't
is-
seen it in a million.
Yeah, in
It
30
will.
years. I
It
haven't
will
seen
zap you right back into how you felt when you were a kid when you
Yeah.
watched it.
David
There's-
Bowie.
David Bowie, Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly.
Oh,
So
that's
cute
right,
with her
yeah.
awesome
Yeah.
brows. And finally, the 67th annual Grammys is going to air on CBS February 2nd from Los Angeles. And, we kind of talked about this earlier in the week, but we really didn't focus on any rock bands that are getting mentions. They probably will not make air
No,
on
they don't air
CBS.
that stuff anymore.
But I want to say congratulations for Best Rock Performance. You got the Beatles with Now and Then, the Black Keys with Beautiful People, Green Day, The American Dream is Killing Me, Idols with Gift Horse, Pearl Jam's Dark Matter, and then Broken Man from St. Vincent. And your best metal performances are going to be Gojira, who did the Olympics,
Yeah.
which was incredible, Judas Priest's Crown of Thorns, Knocked Loose featuring Poppy with Suffocate, Screaming Suicide with Metallica, and Cellar Door from Spirit Box, which I'm so excited for them about. And so that is your crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Misha Barton is 39. Justin Baldoni is 41. Daveed Diggs is 43. Carrie Coon from Avengers Infinity War is 44. Tatiana Ali is 46. Ed Helms is 51. Matthew Lillard is 55. Mary Lou Retton is 57. Keach Rainwater, Lone Stars drummer, is 62. Let's see. Yakov Smirnoff, hero to many, including King Scott, is 74. Aaron Neville is 84 years old today. Neil Diamond is also 84 today, and Ray Stevens is 86 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Tabitha Stern. And today's birthday girl's been in 88 fine films, including 18 and Confused 4, Foot Lovers Only 4, From Lust Till Dawn, Internal Affairs 4, Natural, Naked, and Naughty. She was in Runaway Butts 2, Sexy Sorority Initiations 4, Young Sluts Incorporated 5, and who could forget her role in 2001's Trailer Trash Nurses. Tabitha Stern is 49 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. You know, today, guys, is National Peanut Butter Day.
Nice.
Today is National Peanut Butter Day. Now, when I think of peanut butter, I think of one person. That's our buddy Greg Warren.
Yes.
Our buddy Greg Warren, he used to work for Jif before his stand-up career took off, and he is Mr. Peanut Butter.
He is.
And I thought, in honor of National Peanut Butter Day, a little Greg Warren bit about because he still takes the peanut butter wars very seriously.
Very seriously.
Yes.
And you
got
can
Matt
tell
and me.
he's being funny, but man, this is near and dear to his heart.
50 seconds of Greg Warren.
Organic peanut butter. They've only sold like 30 jars of stuff. That's about Greg Warren.
He's such a nice guy. I'm glad we have him on the show.
Me too.
Me too.
It's wild.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with your Friday fail stories. 7:54 Friday traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Right lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 70 westbound at First Capitol Drive. Your point forecast, sunny and breezy, high of 35. Right now it's 13 at the Point Studio.
All right, folks, time for your Friday fail story. All right, so all these people, they thought they had the perfect plan, but my God. Oh, my God. Oh, that perfect plan went sideways. And it became an Uber, an Ultra. Dare I say it? I'm going to say it.
No.
Mega. Here we go. Fail.
Fail.
All right. Good job.
Sounded great.
Well done. Your Friday fail stories are sponsored by
Moritz Reusch Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
All right, we got quite a few to get through, so hunker down. A school district electrician in Florida was busted stealing thousands of dollars worth of metals from schools and selling the stuff at a metal recycling company. So he was stealing copper wiring and brass. He was taking metal from the school district's athletic scoreboards and parking lot light poles. And this guy managed to steal about $4,000 worth of stuff between July of last year and early this month. So the metal company provided police with images showing the guy wearing his school district-issued uniform.
$4,000, by the way.
And badge.
$4,000 of expenses to the school.
He's been charged with 2 counts of burglary, 2 counts of criminal mischief, and grand theft.
I wonder how much he got.
Failed.
Can't be much
Or did
more.
they turn him in right away?
There were police reports filled out like, hey, there's stuff missing.
We're missing metal.
We're missing stuff.
Gosh.
It's obviously not okay to do this, but it's also what every parent did with Diamond Tap in the 1980s. 2 women who run a daycare in North Georgia facing charges for dosing kids with Benadryl so they would go to sleep. So back in October, a parent noticed 2 kids were crankier than normal and acting all lethargic. They were also sleeping a lot, so blood work was done. It turned out both kids had elevated levels of Benadryl and melatonin in their systems. So cops got involved and found out the two women had been using the meds daily to get the kids down for a nap. They'd been doing it for a while.
I mean, it's jail time, right?
More than
They're
that.
both, the two of the daycare people are facing charges for reckless conduct.
He's drugging children.
Failed.
There has to be something beyond reckless conduct.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
think.
Guantanamo sounds nice.
That sounds great. Two people from Oregon were arrested in California for impersonating firefighters dealing with the Palisades fire.
Heard about this.
Whoa, what'd they do?
So cops patrolling the evacuated area noticed a parked fire truck which did not look legit. So that's when they found a 31-year-old guy and a 44-year-old woman inside the truck wearing fire gear and Cal Fire T-shirts. So they claimed they were from Oregon's Roaring River Fire Department, which is not a real thing.
It's a great name, though.
They had a Econoline 150 out there and just had fire DEPT.
Well, they
FIR.
bought their fire truck from an auction.
What?
And they admitted they'd been in the area for 2 days. They were arrested, and their fire truck was impounded as cops figure out what their motives were for being in the area.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Failed.
Yeah, it's wild. Dave Thomas, okay, the guy from Wendy's. Remember Dave Thomas, R.I.P., just a
He's
guy.
awesome.
Uncle Dave.
Nice man, huh?
Uh-huh.
Thought so.
I don't know much about him, but he seemed like a nice guy. Just wanted you to enjoy a square hamburger. That's it.
Yeah, let's just leave it there. There's no need to go further.
Couple weeks, and Dave Thomas would be rolling in his grave if he heard this story.
Oh, okay, good.
A couple weeks ago, a 25-year-old guy in Kentucky named Manja James-Wooten got into an argument with Wendy's employees, started the drive-thru. He was furious because his fries were cold. Then things got heated. The altercation, not the fries.
Oh, darn it.
And he walked into the restaurant, pulled out a gun, and fired a shot. A female Wendy's worker pulled out a gun herself and returned fire, which is what, yes,
It's in the training manual.
what you should do.
Heck yeah. They are in
Drive-through
Kentucky.
brawl.
So the original guy whose fries were cold, he starts unloading, shooting the Wendy's worker in the ass and another woman he was with who had come inside the Wendy's with him.
She got shot?
She got shot.
He shot his date, too?
He shot his date and he shot a Wendy's worker in the ass. It looks like both to be okay health-wise.
That's good.
The Wendy's worker with the gun, she's in trouble for opening fire inside the Wendy's.
Jeez.
Because guess what? She was on felony probation at the time
Oh, my goodness.
and was not allowed to have a gun. So he's charged. She's charged.
Failed.
Is
I'm
this
just here for the Baconator.
Yeah.
Is this a good guy or a bad guy? Like they always say, like the only thing to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. She was a good guy with the gun, even though she had a felony, but she was just at work. She wasn't even working the fryer, dude. This wasn't even her fault.
Not even
know?
her fault. God.
Well,
Interesting take.
I think there's a lot of fault to go around here. A lot of blame. I'm not one to play the blame game, but yeah, I think there's a lot of blame to go around. Anybody been around a bullet train?
I've
Yes.
been on the
Have you
bullet
been on
train.
the bullet train?
Oh, yeah, many
Yeah.
times. That's how you travel in Japan.
Japan.
Cool, right?
From city to city. Oh, dude, it's the greatest. And
It is
as soon as you, so we've been on it, dozens and dozens of times. And every time you ride it, you go, why isn't this how we do it everywhere? This
Yeah.
is so nice.
Well, Japan's not the only place they have a bullet train.
Yeah, they got
That's the
them in
only
Europe. And
Well,
Yeah,
I've
they
been,
got
on,
'em-
I've been on the Euro trains, and they're not exactly the
I
same.
thought they had one that was a bullet over there.
This
Yeah,
one,
maybe they
the
do.
one I'm about
Maglev?
to talk about is in Hungary, and it goes
Okay,
175 miles an hour.
Dude, there's nothing cooler than being on the bullet train in Japan, and you're out in the countryside, and you are flying 400-something miles an hour, and then another one crosses you. It just goes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like two jets
seeing-
within a foot of each other.
Well,
Mount Fuji as well from there.
We've
Yeah.
all
This is
done
awesome.
something we've immediately regretted. So a 40-year-old guy from Hungary is lucky to be alive after clinging to the side of a bullet train for 20 miles.
What?
Dude, this thing, it was zipping through Germany last week and had a scheduled stop halfway between Munich and Nuremberg. Oh, okay, this is Germany. Why did I think Hungary? This is Germany.
I want to say it.
I think it may have just been on it. We did the Eurorail from France to Germany.
So this
Or
thing
no,
is,
Germany
is
to Austria.
zipping between Munich and Nuremberg. This guy steps off the train to smoke a cigarette. Didn't get back on before they closed the doors. So he saw it leaving. He jumped onto a bracket connecting two of the train cars and then held on for dear life as this thing hit 175 miles an hour. Somebody saw him, and they stopped the train. And he said he did it because his luggage was on board, and he didn't want to be separated from it. He's now facing charges for, quote, an act disruptive to operations. He also didn't have a ticket, so he boarded illegally in more ways than one.
Dummy, double dummy. Failed. Yeah, man. I wish we had those here. I would give up another hour or two to be in the comfort of a bullet train rather than.
Well, they were talking about a high-speed rail between here and Kansas City for a long time.
Dude, it's so cool. I don't know why.
Was that going to be the Richard Branson one?
Was it maglev like
Is
that?
that the name of it?
I thought it was Virgin.
Yes, you're right. It was Virgin.
And they were going to do it between here and Kansas City because it was flat.
Yeah, and it's a
And it was a
perfect
good
place to
test.
experiment with that.
And they were going to do it along 70.
Yeah, because when it was
No
an
tunnel?
elevated or
Hyperloop.
something where
The Hyperloop. That's it.
No tunnels needed. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought the Hyperloop was LA to San Francisco.
Yeah.
this
No, it
was
was gonna be
Kansas
here.
City.
Oh man,
And
why?
it was going to be it was going to run parallel to 70 because it goes right down.
And why
Yeah.
did we not do this?
Funding because it cost $1 billion.
No, all the money went to the trolley.
oh, that was actually a better
that's right.
investment.
They were like, all right,
Let's do it in the loop.
let's do it. Let's
Yeah, but
give
get
you
us there in
trolley
30
instead.
minutes.
That's the Hyperloop.
Dude, if it came here, oh, it's so good because it's so comfortable. First class doesn't cost you all that much, but even like the coach is just much more comfortable. And imagine going a few hundred miles an hour with scenery. It's so nice. We got to do it.
Elon Musk was behind that.
Yeah, the hyper. I thought. Yeah,
He was
it was
behind
one
the
of
LA
those.
one.
It was one of those billionaires.
Because they were going to do a tunnel. Remember, it was going to be like
Yeah.
pneumatic. But you can't do that for miles and miles.
A 14-year-old kid was taken into custody last Friday evening after robbing a Domino's delivery driver in Akron. So this 21-year-old driver delivering pizzas. You know, he's like, I'm not making much money. You know, I'm delivering pizzas. It's not what I want to be doing. So he's confronted by 3 guys. One had a gun. They took his pizza. They took a key fob. They took some cash. It had been snowing, so cops tracked footprints in the snow right back to a house not too far away. They found the 14-year-old after getting a search warrant. They found a disassembled airsoft pistol. They found pizza boxes inside the house and a discarded one outside. 14-year-old charged with aggravated robbery. Cops trying to find the other 2 dummies.
Failed.
At least he took the trash outside. That's actually
For a
That's an
teenager,
advancement, yeah.
it's 14-year-old. I got a 15-year-old. You got to remind every Thursday night. A drug counselor at a rehab in upstate New York is in some trouble for selling crack to undercover cops. Whoops.
that's
Well,
always a good start.
At least he wasn't selling it to addicts.
Acting on tips, investigators began looking at a 54-year-old guy named Alvin Lewis. Had set up a bunch of fake deals. Alvin worked overnight hours at a rehab center called Arms Acres, which I actually know a bunch of people that went there. It's an inpatient clinic. Cops wound up raiding his house and cars and found crack packaged and ready for sale. Arrested last Tuesday evening, being held without bail.
Out of bed.
Failed.
Man, there's nothing more pathetic than a thirsty guy trying to, I don't know, get a woman who clearly wants nothing to do with him. In an apparent effort to rekindle a years ago sexual relationship, a guy in Florida hid a GPS tracker on the car of an ex in an attempt to engineer a chance for him to, ooh, we just ran into each other.
Right.
Oh, cool.
What a psycho.
What a psycho.
Well, let's hear it out.
Now, cops are saying this guy, 22-year-old Tyler Michael Strack, who has a pretty sweet job at Chipotle, he bought a
Nice.
he bought a Cube brand tracker from Best Buy, and he put the device on the woman's car. Now, the woman found the tracking device last year and contacted police. Using a series of subpoenas, investigators linked Tyler to the Cube's purchase at the Best Buy and to an email address provided when he registered it.
Right.
Asked about Tyler, the woman's like, hey, we had a brief thing several years ago, which ended with just nobody talking to anybody. Just like, this is it, one-time thing.
One of us became a ghost.
So during police questioning, Tyler admitted, yeah, I bought the tracker. Yeah, I installed the device on her car
Yeah, I'm in love with her.
Isn't that romantic?
No.
in an attempt to run into her. So he's arrested on a felony charge and booked into the county jail.
Florida, the beginning of the year, and while I was in my rental car, my phone lit up that there was an Apple tracker, like a AirPod, or what are they called? AirTag.
AirTag.
And that was the first time that ever happened to me. And I was like, what? Where it tells you, like, hey, there's an AirTag in the area.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Do you have an ex down there?
What's that? No, I don't have any
I
ex.
wonder if Tyler was around.
Yeah, I wonder if Tyler was there. But no, it's weird. So does that happen for any time you're around an AirTag, that it'll pop up and say, like, hey, there's an AirTag available?
I'd hope
so.
I think so.
Because now I got AirTags on my cats when they go outside.
I think if it's not registered to you, it'll pop up.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
It pops up.
That's
if
good
it's
So
to
the
know.
big
it's in the.
blocky one that had the red beeping light, they don't put those on cars anymore?
Like in the movies?
No,
Okay.
they don't.
Darn it.
No, they don't.
I was looking for those.
A burglar in England was busted because of his poopy shoes. 20-year-old Brian Harold targeted houses in the town of Carlisle last summer. On the morning of August 27th, the couple awoke to find their shed door was open, and the husband noticed a garden chair under his windowsill. So on the window, there was a footprint from a shoe with dog crap on it.
There's poop again.
The police used the dog crap footprint from the window to match the shoes worn by Brian on the night he committed a bunch of home break-ins. He was just given 18 months of community service.
We've got a subpoena, or we've got a warrant to check out your duty shoes.
Duty shoes.
Yep,
Hey.
duty.
Moon, you got to look up his picture. It's hilarious. The one.
The duty shoes guy?
You know what, though? I mean, Moon, we've talked about it before, how we've had Doc Martens and stepped in dog crap, and how impossible it is to get the dog crap out of said Doc Martens.
Hosed out.
Right. So, I mean, maybe he had Doc Martens on, and it was,
Oh, yeah,
he was
it's
like, I
over.
can't deal with this. I mean, I get it.
He may have stepped in that dog crap a decade ago.
Right.
I remember-
It's still there.
We were at Shaw Park in Clayton. Okay, well, the kids were young, and we were in there for some reason, and I stepped in dog crap on the way out. Okay, and it was so bad I threw my shoes out.
That's what I mean.
Gosh.
Impossible to
Like
get
it was
that
so
stuff out.
it was such a direct hit that there would be no way this dog crap would ever get out of the.
You
out
don't
of the
just go
treads of the
grab
shoe.
a little stick and.
Impossible.
It was.
You can't do it with Doc Martens. My Doc Martens are still in the garage.
That's why they become outdoor shoes.
Yes.
I threw them. It was such a direct hit that I'm like, these are garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to get
I threw
mine
them in the
under
garbage.
the hose and spray it like crazy.
A Florida cop was watching porn on his phone when he slammed his patrol car into a vehicle stopped in front of him. Whoops.
Okay.
Yep, this is according to an internal affairs report that accused him of initially lying about the whole thing. So this happened at 1:45 in the afternoon in Orlando 2 months ago. A 28-year-old officer initially offered various explanations for his distracted driving. So he said he was on the phone with another officer at the time of the crash and said that the squad car had, quote, mechanical issues.
I hate
However,
when that happens.
In squad cars, there's dash cams and stuff, ways of tracking this type of thing. Investigators reviewed dash cam and body-worn footage that contradicted the officer's story. The video recorded the cruiser's steering wheel airbag deployed and the officer telling the 63-year-old lady he hit, "Oops, my bad, my brakes locked up."
Oh.
The officer eventually admitted that he was on his phone looking at inappropriate pictures, which he further described as, quote, pornographic material like boobs or whatnot.
Now, is this for a case he was trying to put together?
My brakes are all locked up.
He wound up resigning. The internal affairs probe found that he was in violation of several professional standards, including departure from the truth and the prohibited use of an electronic device.
Failed. What a police thing to do, by the way. Call lying departure from the truth.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, what a very specific, very clinical way of saying depart. This is a rule. No departing from the truth.
Right.
Speaking of cops, this dream turned into a nightmare real quick. So a cop near Virginia Beach, his name is J. Harry. He was forced to rat on himself after he hired a hooker who stole his car. It sounds like it was his personal vehicle, not his squad car, which would have made it better. But her name is Alexis Copeland. She's 20 years old, but goes by the name Dream. He met her on an app. He sent her $100 through Apple Pay to come to his place and get it on. But according to the police report, they laid in bed for a while before agreeing to shower together. But J-Ron jumped in the shower, and Dream never joined him. When he got out, she was gone, along with his car, his wallet, his phone, his keys, and police credentials. He used his neighbor's phone to call it in. Now, I can imagine with that. He goes and knocks on the door.
Naked.
Hey, let me use your phone. No, he was home.
Oh.
He was at his house. So I'm sure he put on some
his
shorts.
own house?
Yeah. He used his neighbor's phone to call it in because Dream had stolen his phone. Cops found her driving around in his car with a different guy. She told him it was her, quote, baby daddy. She claimed J-Ron offered to let her use his car. What? Of course he did.
That's sweet of him.
And he also let me use all his credit cards.
That's even better.
Wow.
She's facing a half a dozen charges for grand larceny, fraud, prostitution, and other stuff. Meanwhile, J-Ron's not facing any charges yet, but he's not a cop anymore. He got fired last week.
Failed.
Headlights. Aren't they getting brighter and brighter?
Yes.
Don't you think?
For sure.
Yeah. Especially if they get closer to you.
Well, yes, Scott. But these like halogen lights, man, they're bright.
Yeah, some of them are crazy.
Some of them are crazy. And now, a lot of cars have the auto turn on and off.
Yeah, those are.
And they're
annoying.
they don't exactly react very quickly sometimes. And
No,
you're like, oh, God, bright.
And then they'll turn on randomly, and you're like, it was this thing. I want to turn it off.
No one likes being blinded on the roads at night, especially if a person does have their high beams on. And now a 63-year-old guy from Kentucky, his name is Frank Falcone. He was driving through California when a driver going the other way allegedly had their brights on. Rather than flash them or just move on, Frank couldn't let it go.
You telling me a guy named Frank Falcone? Frankie Falcone.
Frankie Falcone.
I mean, if I had to create a character that had possible snapping and anger issues, I would probably name him Frank Falcone.
Frankie
Frankie.
Falcone. He decided to ram into the other vehicle 3 times.
Oh, my gosh.
He then fled the scene, but police eventually caught up with him, pulled him over. He told the cops he was upset about the lights because of the brightness and potential radiation.
Oh.
I thought he was
This is for my health.
He was arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon and may be looking at additional charges. Sounds like the other drivers are right.
Isn't it because
Failed.
is it the Penguin? There's a Batman character, Falcone, right? Isn't there like a bad guy gangster?
Is there? I don't know.
There's a
Maybe.
character. I think I'm
Carmine Falcone.
yeah.
Carmine Falcone.
That's
This
comic
is
book
Frankie
character
Falcone.
from Batman.
That's the nemesis of Penguin, I believe.
The Falcone crime family. So this is all just Gotham, dude.
That's why I'm thinking
all
of that.
Gotham.
Yeah, straight up Gotham inspired.
All right, 2 more. Speaking of not letting it go, a 50-year-old guy from Vancouver pulled over to stop a suspected drunk driver from continuing to drive. In other words, the 50-year-old guy saw somebody swerving all over the road, was like, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. This person's hammered. Got them to pull over. I guess he was trying to do the right thing. He got this person to pull over before they hurt anybody. This was around 5:30 in the evening on New Year's Eve. Cops wind up showing up, and it turns out the guy who was swerving was not drunk at all. He was just having a problem seeing at night.
Oh.
Glad he's driving.
You know who was drunk?
Yeah, no
Great
doubt.
point.
You know who was drunk?
Who?
The 50-year-old guy who forced the other guy over.
Okay.
Did not see that.
When officers were on the scene, they noticed the second driver showed signs of impairment. A routine alcohol screening test was administered, and the driver failed miserably.
The drunk leading the blind.
Failed.
That's right.
This is what we need.
Impounded and arrested.
Good work, buddy.
And finally, God, it's a shame the holidays are over because I have the perfect gift for the stupid criminal in your life. It's a bag that says definitely not a bag full of drugs.
Okay.
And if this seems stupid, yes, that's the point. A 31-year-old woman in Florida was arrested last weekend on drug possession charges for the second time this month. This time she was caught carrying drugs in a bag that was labeled definitely not a bag full of drugs. This is at least the 3rd time this has happened in the past year. We've had the stories. A woman was caught with drugs in the exact same bag in October. And in July, a woman was caught with drugs in a bag labeled bag of drugs.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, is this some sort of line?
Yeah, let's see if it's on.
Failed.
No, for the record, though, you're not actually supposed to put drugs in those bags.
What?
It's supposed to be a joke.
Yeah, this is supposed to be funny. This is a Spencer's purchase.
Yeah.
And one listing for this thing, which you could buy, they say the bags are designed for travel supplies, tech gear, art tools, cosmetics, and more. Not actual drugs.
Oh.
But if you are pulled over and you have this bag and cops are suspicious, they're going to look in the bag.
Yeah.
Even though it says, definitely not drugs.
I thought legally they couldn't have said that on there.
No. And folks, those are your Friday fail stories. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. And even though he's not here, he did leave us his Ememoriam. Rafe Williams, Ememoriam. Next, and we'll get to some of your emails. Hey, join us on Sunday at the Hot Shots in Fenton for Champ Bash, which begins at 11 a.m. The Fast Lane will be there broadcasting from 11 to 1. Then we'll watch the NFC Championship game, which begins at 2. At the halftime, we'll do our choreographed dance and our matching outfits. I tried mine on yesterday.
How'd it look?
Great.
Great.
You guys try yours on?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Oh, still in the package?
It's still in the package. I'm assuming it's perfect and
Don't assume.
very flattering.
Mine fits really well.
I was running around the house yesterday making sure I could fully move around. Honestly, I was.
Stretching it out, breaking
Stretching it out, breaking it in. It's good.
Same.
It's good. We're going to look sharp.
Yeah.
Scott, you open yours up?
Nope, not yet. I need to.
You got to make sure. But it doesn't fit.
I meant to test that out earlier, and I haven't yet.
I was doing the Running Man in mine.
Yeah.
Great.
Very cool.
I wonder if Rafe tried his on.
What kind of shoes are you going to wear? Tennis shoes?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Heels?
Yeah, heels.
By tennis shoes. You know, I think there's a language barrier there. You know, sneakers?
Sneakers.
Yes.
Okay.
My tennies?
Your tennies? You going to wear your Keds?
I have a pair of Adidas shoes I'll wear.
Nice.
Dang.
So, yeah. Maybe shell toes.
Some
I don't
shell.
know.
I was just going to say some shell
Name
toes.
brand boy.
Gold ones.
I don't know. Rafe's Ememoriam here in a second. Moon's emails also. You want some nerd news? Just a quick rundown of what happened in science this week I thought would be beneficial.
Yeah, I love that.
So in vacation news, we were wrong about sunburns, about what causes them. A study found mainly damages our RNA, not DNA.
I knew it.
Scott's been screaming this the whole time.
Dude, I've been saying it for years now.
Experts say it could lead to sunscreens that are more effective. In moon news,
Yes.
the mini moon, which is what
My
we call
son.
you.
Yeah. That's what my son goes by.
The mini moon that got sucked into our orbit for a couple months was probably just a chunk of the actual moon.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a different mini moon was spotted in 2004 that finally got a real name, Cardia. It's named after, and this is real, the Roman goddess of door hinges. That's right.
Okay.
In other space news, we found a planet with 20,000 mile an hour winds, and astronomers thought they discovered a new asteroid, but it turned out it was just the Tesla that Elon Musk launched into space for fun back in 2018. In dinosaur news, a study found the first dinosaurs probably evolved around 240 million years ago in Africa and South America. All the continents were connected back then, so it was just really one big general area. In compass news, which I know Scott
I love compass.
loves compass news, the magnetic North Pole continues to shift towards Russia and away from Canada. It's moved about 1,500 miles since we started tracking it in 1831. Navigation systems on planes and boats have to be recalibrated every couple of years to compensate. And in robot news, China announced a big foot race between humans and robots will happen this spring. Robots from more than 20 different companies will run a half marathon in Beijing against 12,000 people. The rules say that the robots have to look, quote, vaguely human, have 2 legs, not 4, and they cannot have wheels.
I was just going to ask, have you seen the new wheel? They basically
Johnny
look
5?
like those Boston
Dynamics?
ones, you know, but instead of like the little rubber tennis ball looking feet, they have wheels on them. And holy cow, this thing's backflipping and running all over the place. I mean, it is full.
So it's like the Wheelers from The Return to Oz?
Yes, it is. It's much closer to the Wheelers than it is to Johnny 5, because Johnny 5 was on those treads. You know,
It was nice.
Johnny 5 was on tank treads.
and had some limitations.
he was a good guy.
No,
Although he could
but
jump.
for this foot race between humans and robots, the robots need to have legs and look almost human and really run on two legs. It's
That'll be interesting.
against 12,000 people. It's going to look so weird.
It is.
We putting our money on the robots, or what are we thinking?
It depends. Are they programmed to be allowed to cheat and kind of elbow people over? Boop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work.
This is
But
a
I'm interested.
Me too.
They should add this to the Olympics.
So 20 different companies will have their robots running against 12,000 people.
I wonder what kind of program is going to be in it to assure that it doesn't run someone over.
Or plot twist starts chasing people. You know,
That starts killing them.
Yeah.
But they're lasers.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be winning in a race like that because it would seem like
Must win
it's chasing
at any
me.
cost.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
chasing me. What's it going to do if it catches me?
But that's your nerd news for the week.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to Rafe Williams and this week's Ememoriam. Rafe is out today. He's got a whole bunch of shows at the Funny Bone Comedy Club this weekend up in Westport. You can buy tickets now at the Funny Bone website. But he did leave us his Ememoriam. Here we go. Here's Rafe Williams. Already going.
These were the true hustlers of the smoking world. They didn't just smoke. They invested. They expanded their portfolio. Every pack was a step closer to a dream. A Marlboro-branded tent, a dartboard, leather jacket you could wear to your kid's soccer game, or the coveted Fuji Marlboro mountain bike that in 1996 you could purchase for the same amount of Marlboro miles that roughly translated in U.S. currency to a 3-bed, 2-bath, split-level ranch home in Kirkwood. Imagine the crushing realization. You spent years inhaling cowboy killers, burning through both lungs and 1,000 gallons of lighter fluid, just to save up enough miles for a Marlboro pool table to complete the ambiance of your stabbing cabin. And now, you're left with the shoebox of faded points and the haunting memory of the Marlboro catalog, which was Philip Morris's version of the Sears Wish Book for folks inhaling over 70 known carcinogens. So here's to those dreams of a fully branded life that died with the program. May your Marlboro miles rest in peace, along with the original Marlboro man who smoked himself into an early grave. And to those hoarding them in hopes of a revival, good luck, buddy. Maybe one day they'll be worth something, like a fully branded red and white iron lung machine. To the Marlboro Miles hoarders, you dreamed big and you puffed even bigger. Your rewards may be gone, but your commitment to free merch will never be forgotten. Bye-bye. Next up, Super Petty Officer Janitor First Class Butt Munch. On a shoot in an airplane hangar that we were on, we encountered a janitor that saw the Rizzuto crew in flight suits and mistook us for military personnel and was disgusted at the state of today's armed services. We deeply upset this cantankerous volunteer janitor who, upon seeing the 5 of us, decided the armed forces had officially hit rock bottom. This guy took one look at us, standing there like the cast of Top Gun Rejected, with terrible call signs, shin bones, Minnie Mouse, cat lady, pork steak, and ginger virgin, and thought, well, there goes the last shred of hope for national security, and honestly, I can't even blame him. He's thinking to himself, this is who's defending our country now? A bunch of long-haired hippie clowns who can't even hold Storm and Norman Schwarzkopf's jockstrap. Meanwhile, we're just standing there feeling cool, not realizing this guy's running a full-on roast session in his head. And he didn't hold back either. You know that old-school salt-of-the-earth anger. The kind of guy who uses words like hooligans and ne'er-do-wells, unironically. He was probably imagining us trying to fight the war, struggling to figure out how to get Starbucks delivered to the front lines. So here's to you, Colonel Janitor. May you find peace knowing we're not actually protecting the homeland. We're just idiots in flight suits trying to make a joke land. And hey, if it's any consolation, the only battlefield we're messing up is the morning radio wars and the unfriendly skies of the on-air force. Parade rush! Bye-bye. Next up, the microwave teddy bear. Yes, this week Learn informed us of a potential future headline when one of her friend's 2-year-olds popped their teddy bear in the oven. Yikes. So we mourn the tragic, crispy demise of Mr. Fuzzington, a beloved teddy bear who met his untimely end in a microwave, victim to what we can only assume was a future psychopath science experiment. 1 minute, he was a cuddly confidant for tea parties and bedtime stories. The next, he was spinning in a vortex of radiation, singed polyester, and his own hellish Chernobyl, where the melting buttons that used to be his eyes were the last thing he ever smelled before he died. You gotta wonder what went through the kid's head. Mommy, Daddy, what happens if I nuke my best friend for 90 seconds? Will he come out stronger or sadder? Or will I just be mesmerized by his quiet, lifeless body? So R.I.P. Mr. Fuzzington, you were more than a bear. You were a witness. This is the bear. This is the bear transformed. Do you see? Do you see? And to the little red dragon who microwaved you, therapy immediately. Bye-bye. Next up, men who lost their testicles.
Oh.
All right, folks, before we dive into this, let's extend a heartfelt and slightly awkward apology to all the men out there who lost their family jewels. Yes, we see you, we respect you, and we didn't mean to, bust balls, pun intended, at your situation. See, during a recent segment about keeping removed body parts, we joked about what we'd do if we ever had our boys removed. And, well, things escalated fast. Suddenly, we're tossing them at people to see if they'd catch them, and when they do, saying things like, that's my ball in your hand. Specifically, we're here to apologize to the men who've lost a testicle, whether by fate, surgery, or maybe a tragic pogo stick accident. We know you've been through enough without us turning your situation into a twisted game of hot potato. So yeah, that's on us. But in our defense, we're idiots. And the idea of yelling catch while lobbing a lone nut at someone was just too stupid not to laugh at. And to be fair, our joke was never about you. It was about us being deeply immature, which is our brand. But we know this isn't a laughing matter for you guys. Losing a testicle is no joke. It's a badge of honor. You're basically one great warrior who survived life's cruelest jokes, and you're still standing, albeit leaning a little to the left, and that's badass. So to all the one-ball ballers and no-nut kings out there, we're sorry. You've got grit, you got guts, and clearly, no nuts. But you got patience to put up with us and our nonsense, and we salute you. And if you're ever tempted to throw one of your balls at us as revenge, well, that would be hilarious. Ball bye. And finally, an apology to a different group of gentlemen. Trickle Ball Nation. Got to take a moment here to sincerely apologize a second time to another testicularly challenged group of men that we may have unintentionally offended during a different segment. Men with, let's call it, low-velocity orgasms. That's right, this one's for you, slow-rolling gentlemen of the Trickle Ball Nation. We see you, we hear you, and we're sorry we turned your gentle drizzle into a punchline. Now, in our defense, we didn't realize it was a thing until Learn, in her infinite wisdom, theorized that the speed of a man's orgasm might be roughly the same average of a fart, which is 6.8 miles per hour. But we found out that a man's average finishing speed is closer to 30 miles per hour. Well, it escalated from there. Suddenly, we're talking about baseball scouts sitting in the hotel cuck chair putting a radar gun on your frozen ropes, which, let's be honest, is a mental image nobody needed. But here's the thing. Low velocity doesn't mean low impact, buddy. You're still out there getting the job done. Slow and steady wins the race, baby. You're like the tortoise, not the hare. And if we made you feel like less of a man because you're rocking a lawn sprinkler instead of a fire hose, that's on us. You're not less. You're just more precise. Let's set the record straight. There's no shame in a slow roll, my man. Not every hero needs to make a splash. Sometimes a tiny bead of baby batter makes the best pancakes. You're not underperforming, you're efficient. And hey, some might even call it sophisticated. Why go for chaotic spray down when you can deliver with finesse? Plus, you're conserving energy, and in today's world, that's downright eco-friendly. Save the planet. One trickle at a time. Bye-bye. And finally, on to the real RIPs of the week. We lost John Sykes, White Snake guitarist, Bob Cuban, St. Louis music legend and friend of the Riz Show, Garth Hudson, the final remaining member of the iconic band, The Band. Bob Uecker, legendary sports announcer and former St. Louis Cardinal, and star of Major League, and Mr. Belvedere. He'll be missed. And also David Lynch. He was a visionary who turned the surreal and the strange into art, showing us beauty in the bizarre and leaving a legacy rooted in love that will forever haunt and inspire. And that concludes this week's Ememoriam.
There we go.
Way to go, Rafe.
And the music ended at exactly the right time.
Wow.
You guys are pros, man.
There we go, Rafe. See Memoriam. See him at the Funny Bone Comedy Club this weekend up in Westport. All right, so let's get to some of your emails. And you're going to bring up the testicular one there, Mooners?
Well, there's multiple testicular ones. I'll start on the lighter note, okay? We'll say I'm a few episodes behind and currently listening to the convo about keeping things removed from surgery, and I had to interject my story about keeping my cat car. He has a cat named Carl's.
A cat named Carl. Jeff had a
Carl?
cat named Carl.
Really?
Yeah.
Tiny testes after having him neutered.
Oh, so he kept the cat testes. Oh.
When dropping him at the vet, my brother casually asked about keeping his fuzzy zellers. Not exactly serious, and the lady kind of chuckled. Fast forward to picking him up, they sent us home with a brown bag, medicine, and information packets, and a little sample cup containing my cat's balls.
Oh.
Wow.
I was both horrified and delighted. They looked like lima beans and sat on my headboard for 3 years.
Lima bean balls.
They sat on my headboard for 3 years as a stark reminder to the Carl who was to the Carl of who the boss was. Sorry. I listen to the podcast daily. I'm a carpenter and I install new locks every day. Oh, this is a different one. Sorry. So, anyways, yeah, that guy kept his on his headboard.
I thought it was going
Cat
to go. He kept the
testicles.
cat.
Well, cats like
Yeah,
balls.
me too.
No. So you want to see the next one?
Is this the one that we saw earlier?
If this is the one that I caught a glimpse of earlier.
The next one involves pictures.
I'm good with not seeing it again. I saw enough.
I don't need to
this
see.
morning.
I don't
Okay.
need to see these.
Long story
I'm
short,
sad I missed this.
this guy was diagnosed with testicular cancer back in 2009. And he asked, hey, can I keep my testicle? To which they responded, absolutely not. He said,
So he wanted to
unfortunately,
keep his cancer balls?
he wanted to keep the first cancer ball. Unfortunately, it came back in 2021. So again, when he went to get the final gonad released, he said,
Oh, poor guy.
can I have this one? And they said, absolutely not. He said, could you at least take pictures of it?
Oh.
And guys,
I saw.
fascinating.
It is fascinating.
Super fascinating. He's got not only the picture of it when it was removed, but they split it open and showed the tumor in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Oh.
Does it truly look like jewels?
would you like me to
No
put it on the
precious
screen
stones
so
in
you
there.
can see it?
No, I'm all right.
You want to see it,
Okay.
Scott? I will avert my eyes.
Yeah, I will
You
not
wanna
turn
do it?
around. But I
You want to see it, Scott?
Do you want to see it? Do you want to
So
see
this is
it?
a
Sure, let's see it.
You should see it because this is a good.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
science.
a PSA for get your balls checked and make sure everything's good down there.
So it's a testicle that it's cancer ridden.
That's the tumor.
Okay.
This is it when they split it open,
Oh God, right?
right here.
Oh,
And then
wow.
this is it when they removed it from the body.
Oh, buddy boy.
Fascinating, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
It is.
Hey, good on them though for.
That's a bummer.
I mean, I guess
But
they.
I'm glad he's doing it right
I guess
now.
they don't allow you to take it because it's it has cancer in it.
Good on him for having at least a kind of sense of humor about it.
Oh yeah, I mean he's been through a lot. By the way, it
Do we
wasn't-
know if he
God
got
bless you.
those? What are the fake ones?
Noodles.
Did he get those?
No, and that's where I want to go. To his PS.
Mm-hmm.
PS. Not having testicles is great. So much room down there. I can cross my legs with no issues. My balls never have been scratched, moved to the side. I don't have balls to get sweaty in the
Okay,
summer.
so there's a
No
couple questions,
way.
and there's a legit questions.
Yeah.
Did they? I wonder if they offered him. Like, do they offer you
Implants.
Yeah, he didn't mention that.
noodles?
I have a
These
buddy-
are legit questions.
Yeah, I have a buddy who lost one, and he has a nudicle, as you say. It's a little.
It's a fake, but like a plastic, like
Yeah.
it's,
That way he.
Silicone, I think. Same as breasts, right?
I don't know. Silicone, are they hard? I don't know.
His
They
is
put that
hard.
in there to keep you level, right? So you don't.
Yeah, it's
walk too weird.
honestly so it keeps the weight and the feel the same.
So I don't know what his name is.
I don't know if he wants his
Yeah,
name out
let's-
there.
yeah.
So
I'll just call him Chris. Chris, did they offer you the noodle option to give you fake balls to put them in the pouch, and you declined? And I'm wondering how many people do decline if offered.
Right.
Number two, so what do they do with the pouch? So there's no.
turn it into a coin purse, right?
I think it's just.
So
I think it's just gone, man. He goes on and says, "It's just me being blessed down there," which brings me to the question for you all: what's the market, do you think, on OnlyFans with somebody that has no moss testicles? Haha. I'm thinking there has got to be at least
sure
1,000 people out of the 8 billion in the world interested
gotta be.
to see this.
Jeez.
I need you to decide for me if I start an OnlyFans.
I mean, I'm sure there's a market for it, but I don't know how much you could do with that. Or you got to keep up, you know.
I'm going to look up. There has to be some images, right?
But what happens? Do they take the pouch out? Because
they have to. They're not just going to leave the deflated.
I don't know.
Right? You would.
That's a whole nother surgery. That's all. That's a.
No, it's this. I mean, you're down there. You just.
You lop the whole thing off and you stitch it up. I don't know.
I would think it would be easier than stitching it up as a a goofy empty sack.
They got an empty sack down there,
or a little zipper.
Well, he's talking about like there's nothing there to get in the way, and he's aerodynamic now. I mean, I would assume he's talking like it's just it's just the twig, no more berries. It's just,
is he better riding bikes and horses and stuff now?
Yeah,
I would assume so.
Very,
It's got a lot of
worry
room.
about sitting on them.
So much room for activities.
Yeah, I mean, think of the ergonomics.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the skin, the ball sack skin is still there, and it looks like it's kind of
Shriveled.
hangs.
Hangs.
So it gives
Like
you
an
kind of an
earlobe?
illusion of a ball sack that is empty.
So if there's a breeze, it kind of just.
I kind of want to see what it looks like. Like what nose like.
Are you asking this gentleman who just sent the most intimate pictures anyone has ever sent us? Are you asking for more photos? More pics?
I'm not going to ask. Like I just want to. I'm curious as to what it looks like without the balls, like without a bag or anything.
Yeah.
I think that's a reasonable curiosity, but
You're not curious?
Well, yeah, of course. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm not asking for more pics.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Oh, it's wild.
It is.
Interesting.
It's got to be.
God, these
freeing?
computers, my Google search alone over here, my lord.
Don't they do implants?
He's got no. I mean, he's got no drag, so aerodynamic is F.
He'd be a great
Yeah,
astronaut.
No chafing, no.
Not astronaut.
I can't. I mean, I don't have balls, so like I have my legs crossed right now. I don't think about that. It's crazy to me that you guys can like just smush what your stuff is down there.
Yeah, they
Kinda
get sat
goes-
on.
So
It goes off to where it's got to go.
They get sat on. That's
Most
why
of the
underwear
time.
is so important. Underwear choice is no laughing matter.
How's he going to know how deep the toilet water is now?
Yeah.
Good question, Scott.
Thank you.
Alexis writes in, I'm transgender. I had bottom surgery later this year. My partner asked to keep the balls, and they said yes. I guess it depends on what kind of doctor you got.
Well-
You got a cool doctor or not?
Well, that's elective versus this is cancerous.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe they had to research.
Oh, okay. So the sick
Maybe they had to keep it for
studies.
Yeah, for studying it or figuring out something else, and they can't just give you a piece and then keep a piece.
I'm going to say this. I mean, it doesn't look as if you have a thought or a judgment in your head of like, what does that look like? It doesn't look that bad.
Without
I wouldn't think it would
testicles?
look bad.
Do you like it better?
Yeah,
Massy?
like it's fine.
Is this flaccid or is it?
I'm seeing a lot of flaccid photos on the Google. Like,
Because curiously, I'd like to see it at attention. Honestly,
Well,
very specific.
It's like it has nothing to hold it down now. It has nothing to hold it down. It's in a.
yeah, man.
Flip all the way
I
up.
mean, listen, you know as well as I do, you too, that there's like involuntary muscles in that skin that kind of, pull her up, let her down, pull her up, let her down. I think it just
exercise.
kind of like says, well, I ain't got no weight to deal with here, so it just kind of pulls it up.
that's what I'm saying. It's kind of interesting.
It
Anyway,
just scrunches up.
next.
I listen to the podcast daily. I'm a carpenter, and I install new locks every day. Now, this comes on the back of the Learn question when she was like, I think about this all the time. How many locks would my house keys unlock? While building large neighborhoods, they usually order all the locks at the same time to save money. Sounds reasonable. They are not sending 150 different locks, but actually about 2 or 3 different types in
Oh, my
large
goodness.
quantities. It's extremely possible that your front door key will open a bunch of your neighbors' doors.
No, I don't.
Jeez.
I don't believe that at all. They pin set those differently.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you that this is probably the 5th email that said essentially the same thing.
Interesting.
And they said, listen, if you go to Home
Really?
Depot, if you go to Lowe's or something like that, those locks, I think one guy said it has like 6 to 15 different sets, if you will. So it's very likely that yours would open a good number of people in a zip code.
So I guess you want to go with an off-brand.
Like a so there's only so many Master Lock sets they would sell at Home Depot.
Right.
Now we got.
It would be interesting. We should go buy. How many you say? One out of
every 6. I don't know. That
we
seems
should go buy
very
6
low.
of them and test it. See if, or 7. I guess we need 7.
See if it works.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting though.
Yeah,
I had never thought about that before ever, and now
you got a lot of people thinking. So in essence, there's only so many ways a key could be cut. Meaning there's only so many ways a lock could be made.
Right.
So your key could possibly fit and open how many other doors in this world?
Right.
That's the thought.
We could test it. We have locked doors in this office. And you have a key. We could test it.
I was gonna say, why don't you go ahead and test it in your neighborhood? Just walk up and down and see what happens.
Yeah. And see
the office doors will
see if you live. Next.
Good morning, buddies and female buddy. We're going to go back to entertainment reviews here. With the new season of Severance starting, I'd say this show is pretty amazing. And if you're looking for a show that's similar to Severance, you got to check out Legion on FX. It came out in 2017. It's a Marvel show, but has very similar tones to Severance, and it's narrated by St. Louis's own John Hamm.
Legion?
Worth a shot if you're all interested. 3.14 out of 5 stars sent from my typewriter.
I don't want to get involved in another show.
But you don't say that.
No, I finally finished Severance, the first season, which I'd started it, stopped, and then I rewatched. I rewatched it over the last couple of days. It's great, wonderful. And I texted your husband, to say please finish so we could talk about it freely in the studio here.
Yeah, well, he finished season 1. I have not finished season 1 at all. He wants to start season 2. So tonight, we're going to restart season 1.
Yes.
And then hopefully.
Yeah, you always got to rewatch it if you forgot any part.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because it was years ago that it
3 years ago
that it first aired. It was a long time ago. So we rewatched it last week, and I forgot nearly everything. It is. It's
a very good show. The more I watch it and the more I stare at Adam Scott's face, he's got a weird face.
He does have a strange face, and I think that's kind of intentional with his haircut and all that.
Well, for that kind of
his mouth is trying to disappear.
And also the role he's playing in that, it's perfect. You know, a guy that works in an office, he looks like your office guy.
He's got like when they show close-ups of his face, he's got a weird.
Something's up with his mouth.
What's going on there?
I was listening to Armchair Expert. They had Adam Scott on, and Dax Shepard and his wife Kristen Bell. They watched Severance, and I guess like the next to the last episode, whenever they left a cliffhanger of some kind, they played the voicemail that Kristen and Dax sent to Adam Scott of them just cussing him out, being like, "This freaking show, like, what the hell?" Like, they really reel into him. And then Adam Scott, they played the voicemail. He left them, calling him back.
The first 2 episodes of the second season are out, right?
Yes.
It's one of those.
The second one came out last night.
They don't dump all of them at once.
No.
Which is why my son is.
Which I watched the first episode of the second season. I'm like, ready for the next one.
I know.
Like, where's the little thing that comes up? Episode starting in 15, 14. It didn't come up.
And then you realize that like the first season was nothing but cliffhangers. I mean, gnarly episodical cliffhangers. And my boy, he was so pissed because he watched it within like 3 or 4 days, the first season, and then he watched the second season. He goes, "This show sucks. I can't handle this."
Really?
He was like, it was so good. And then I realized he binged the first season, and now he can't take this weekly cliffhanger thing. He's like, I can't take this.
All right, one more.
Hello, Ted.
Hello.
I have not watched it. It doesn't look great, but it does have great reviews. I'm talking about The Real Stories from Florida. Have you guys seen it, and your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, Florida Man.
It's the Florida Man thing. Every time I see one of these stories come up, all I think of is, oh, that's Florida. Thanks, Columbia Jeff. 3 out of 5 stars sent from Rafe's Hanging Pumpkins. He wants to know if we've seen Florida Man.
Yeah, I've watched a couple. They're little vignettes. They're like little short stories acted out by famous people. It's great. Is that on
HBO Max?
HBO Max. I feel like they kind of miss it, though, because that could have turned into a whole really cool sitcom or TV series where they, every episode they bust the case. And
I don't know. I like it.
Okay.
I like it. No, it's good. And
it is good.
If you haven't seen it, you got it.
I saw it for the first time yesterday.
One more. The subject is check your ceilings. Morning, gentlemen and lady. I'm in the process of renovating my basement, and while removing the drop ceiling, I found 2 catalogs for sex toys, porn movies from what it looks like from the 1980s, tons of catalogs, one called Bedside Companion, full of graphic images, lots of hair up there and down there. My wife and I had a good laugh imagining somebody hiding this porn stash up in the ceiling.
This was a teenager.
Sent from my 2001 AOL account, check your ceilings.
Okay. This was a teenager hiding his porn in the drop ceiling and forgetting about it.
You don't think it could have been a dad?
No, that sounds like a teenager.
I think you should hide things like this when you are moving. You should do so. It's like you drawing. What did you do? You painted.
Oh yeah, you painted wieners.
All sorts of things.
You went full wiener on the inside.
Spray painted all your walls with wieners.
Do that so one day a new generation can have a little chuckle.
Yeah.
You know, I love
It's like
it.
a time capsule.
Yeah, a little time capsule.
Do not open till 2075.
A little ghost gift up in the attic.
That sounds like a teenager that hit his porn stash.
Because whenever you're in the basement, you have drop ceiling. That's the hiding spot for
everything. All right, listen, we got to take a break. We'll come back. Speaking of Florida, man, after the break, we'll do fake news of Florida, and we'll give away some Point Fest tickets. Point Fest happening on May the 17th. That's Saturday at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. 311 The Urge, Toadies, Finger 11, Ludo, Sick Puppies, Allen Ant Farm, Post, Sex, Nachos, Oxymorons, and more. Tickets are on sale now. This is the last day for this $30 lawn or select reserve tickets. All the details at 1057thepoint.com. So, Learn will read you a headline. Okay? You have to tell us if it's something we made up or something that actually happened in the state of Florida. You have a Moon Lifeline if you need them.
He's very good.
Moon is there for you. Okay? You have one chance to use Moon. 2 out of 3 right, you win Point Fest tickets. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Fake news or Florida. Next. So we announced Point Fest last week, and man, since we did, I've been listening to a lot of 311. I'm pumped. I forgot how good of a band they were.
It's so
Or they are. Headlining Point Fest. They just have so many different styles of music. I mean, it's a lot more than what you hear on the radio.
No, they've covered a lot of ground. All their records have, like, I don't want to say sleeper songs, but like songs that will become your favorite that you had not heard before because they're not singles necessarily. Plus, you know what's great about 311, and not many bands can say this, every single record has a cool sound. Even the older ones that aren't like as slickly produced as the 2024 record, they are so cool and unique and good sounding records that it takes you to a place. They're tonally awesome.
I don't know. I'm probably looking too much into it, but they seem like a band that weren't out to just make hits. They just made songs that happen to work on the radio that people loved and attached themselves to.
It's a great energy band.
Cool band. 311 The Urge, Toadies, Finger 11, Ludo, Sick Puppies, Allen Ant Farm, Post, Sex, Nachos, Oxymorons, and more. Saturday, May 17th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now. Let's give away some free ones. And it's sponsored by...
It is sponsored by Car Star, your auto body repair experts. Locally owned with nationwide guarantee. See carstar.com for locations near you.
All right, real simple game. We're playing Fake News of Florida, so Learn is going to read you a headline. And you tell us if the story is actually from the state of Florida. You'll hear this.
Oh, that's Florida.
Or if it's something we completely made up. 2 out of 3 right, you win your Point Fest tickets. All right, and you can use Moon as a lifeline. If you need him, he's there for you. You know, maybe if we did one of these stories, he's familiar with it. He remembers it. So he's a very good resource. You have Moon once if you need him. But his answer is binding. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Let's go to Christopher in Cottleville. Good morning, Christopher.
Good morning.
All right, Christopher, let's play Fake News or Florida.
All right, Christopher. A Sarasota babysitter was charged with drug possession after smoking so much marijuana, a family's golden retriever had to be treated for smoke inhalation. Is that fake news or Florida?
Let's say Florida.
Show me Florida. Off to a terrible start. That was fake news. Next.
A Fort Pierce man told police the cocaine in his car must have been blown in by the wind. Is that fake news or Florida?
Given their recent weather debacles, let's say Florida.
Show me Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Very nice.
And it comes down to this. Remember, you have Moon if you need him.
Christopher, an Orlando woman, told police she couldn't get a DUI because her 9-year-old daughter was driving. Is that fake news or Florida?
Let's leave it up to Moon.
All right, one more time at the headline.
An Orlando woman told police she couldn't get a DUI because her 9-year-old daughter was driving.
I believe I remember this story. Show me. Oh, that's Florida.
Show me Florida.
That's fake news.
That's not true. I remember that story. Oh, was it a different age kid or
Maybe
something?
a different state.
Oh, no. I'm terribly
Bummer.
sorry. I was right on the other two, though. I got to get credit for that.
Nope.
Nope. No credit given.
I guess
Oh,
Christopher
man.
will not be going to Point
I feel
Fest.
terrible. I'm
Ed,
sorry,
hello,
Chris in
Ed.
Battleville.
Hello.
All right, Ed, here we go. Fake news of Florida.
No.
Hi, Ed. A St. Petersburg man was arrested after police found a bag of methamphetamine stashed inside his belly button. Is that fake news or Florida?
I want it to be Florida.
So?
It's Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
That's correct, Ed.
All
Very
right,
good.
that is Florida.
Ed, a Cape Coral man was found sitting on the roof of a family's home in his underwear. Told the police that he had no idea how he got there. Fake news or Florida?
I'm going Florida again.
Show me Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Ed's a winner.
All right, Ed's the winner. Hang on.
Tell you what, man.
You got those two?
Yeah, I remember those two as well.
Okay, let's
The guy
go.
time traveled.
Let's go to Nick. Hello, Nick.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, man.
So far, so good. All right, Nick, fake news of Florida.
All right, Nick. An Orlando dog walker was busted for possession of methamphetamines after he was seen on camera leaving them behind in a client's refrigerator. Is it fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
Show me fake news. Yes.
Very
fake
good.
News. Next.
Is it Seminole? Seminole?
Seminole, yeah.
Seminole County man who was naked from the waist down was arrested after breaking into an elementary school and spreading feces throughout the school. Is it fake news or Florida?
I'm going to go with Moon on this
All
one.
right, Moon.
Man, a Donald Duck poo spreader.
Yep.
Headline again.
Seminole County man who was naked from the waist down was arrested after breaking into an elementary school and spreading feces throughout the school.
Man, this is hard, but I'm going to say the Donald Duck poo spreader is a real story from Florida.
Show me Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Congrats, Nick.
You're going to Point Fest. Hang
All
on.
right.
Okay.
Congratulations, Nick. Sorry, Chris.
All right, let's get over. We're over, Chris.
I'm not over it.
Just get over
I
it.
will carry this until the
Weekend is
Until
ruined.
Point Fest. Tom, hello.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Yes.
Tom. All right, let's
Also
play
with you.
Fake News of Florida.
All right, Tom, a Miami sheriff's deputy who was busted for soliciting a prostitute said he shouldn't be arrested because the hooker was for his son. Is this fake news or Florida?
I'll have to go Florida.
Show me Florida. That was fake.
That was fake news. Tom.
All right, Tom.
a
That's
classic.
fine. You got another one.
That's no mine.
All right, Tom, a Newport Richie man was arrested after he was found crawling through the ceiling of a Walmart that had to be evacuated so police could get him out. Is it fake news or Florida?
I'm going to go Florida again.
All right, show me Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
All right. Tom, comes down to this.
A Tarpon Springs man was arrested for calling 911 and claiming his wife was a black widow spider. Is it fake news or Florida?
Moon, you got this.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Tarpon Springs man was arrested after calling 911 and claiming his wife was a black widow spider.
It doesn't seem real, but I feel like we couldn't make it up. So I'm going to go with my gut and say, show me Florida.
Show me Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Congrats, Tom.
All right, Tom. All right, buddy.
Yes.
See you at Point Fest.
What's up?
All right.
Sorry, Chris.
Jake in O'Fallon. Good morning, Jake.
Good morning.
All right, Jake, let's play Fake News of Florida.
Okay, Jake the Snake. A Fort Myers man was charged with indecent exposure after getting naked during a picture with a mall Santa. Fake news or Florida?
I'm going to say that's Florida.
Show me Florida.
How dare you, Jake?
Fake
That is
news.
not real at all.
Fake news.
Jake, a Miami woman was arrested for arson after she tried to set her daughter's principal's car on fire. Is it fake news or Florida?
If I got a moon reach out, I'm gonna go moon reach out.
Okay,
right,
Moon.
Oh, gosh.
A Miami woman was arrested for arson after she tried to set her daughter's principal's car on fire.
Seems simple. Seems possible.
Like something a Miami woman would do.
Yeah, I don't remember this, but I'm going to say Florida.
Show me Florida.
That's fake
Bye,
news.
Jake.
I'm
Jake.
so sorry. Jake and Chris, I apologize. And
Bye, Jake.
this will hang on my shame
Well, let's make it up. Michael.
shoulders for some time.
Michael, hello. All right, Michael, here we go. Fake news of Florida.
All right, Mike, here we go. A St. Petersburg person was busted for soliciting a prostitute after he offered to pay an undercover cop with a hamburger for sex.
That's Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Definitely Florida.
Very good.
No doubt about that one.
Michael, a Brockville man was arrested during a job interview at Kohl's after he tried to shoplift a Nike sneakers. Is that fake news or Florida?
I'm going to go with moon on this one.
Oh, God.
Moon, here we
All
go.
right, Moon, here we go.
Again,
It's all right. He's already got one right, so this is not a make or break.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
50-50.
You're right.
a Brockville man was arrested during a job interview at Kohl's after he tried to shoplift Nike sneakers.
I feel like I remember a story that was similar to this. I thought it was in the other order. You're saying, you know what? I'm just going to go with the gut because it's been serving me today. I'll say Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
All right, Michael, you are going to Point Fest. Let's do another one. Rich in Owensville. Good morning, Rich.
Morning, guys. How's it going?
Hey.
So far, so good. It's Friday.
good.
Man. We're feeling good. All right, Rich. Here we go.
A Bradenton dog walker was busted for public intoxication after she took a bath in a shopping mall fountain with her dogs. Is it fake news or Florida?
That's Florida.
That's fake news.
I got that wrong too, man.
All right, Rich. A woman got married to a tree so it could legally not be cut down. Is it fake news or Florida?
I'm going to have to trust Moon on this one.
Mooners. A woman got married to a tree so it could not be legally chopped down.
You know, I want to say that's totally believable. Elsewhere, I feel like nobody in Florida cares about anything, nature-wise, trees-wise, any of that stuff, right? I mean, I feel like my gut is saying this happened in Oregon or something, right? Like, who cares about a tree in Florida? It's certainly not Floridians.
Maybe this person.
Show me fake news.
Goodbye, Rich.
Hi, Rich.
I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
I do care about the
dare
palm
you.
trees
I'm
down
trying
there.
to use logic, and
It's Florida.
One
No
more.
logic in
what am I
Florida.
thinking?
One more contestant. Richard. Hello, Richard.
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right, Richard.
Hey,
one
man.
final contestant. Fake news of Florida. Here we go.
All right, Richard. A woman dressed as a turkey was arrested for shoplifting. Fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
Oh, that's Florida.
That was actually
Not a
Florida.
great start.
All right, Richard. A female congressional candidate claimed that she communicated telepathically with extraterrestrials. Is it fake news or Florida?
Can I get Riz's answer?
No, I have the answers. You can get Moon, though. Moon?
I don't know if that's
Here we
a good
go.
idea. Are you sure we want to do that? Yeah, don't
Do you want
it.
Moon or no?
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
great.
Head on again.
Moon, a
Yeah?
female congressional candidate claimed that she communicated telepathically with extraterrestrials. Is it fake news or Florida?
I feel like I feel like I saw this on a TV show. Man, I'm blindfolded throwing darts here.
Fake.
You want to go fake? I feel fake too. Show me fake news.
Oh,
Bye,
that's
Richard.
Florida.
Goodbye, everyone.
You just screwed yourself.
Were you going to go Florida?
Yeah,
That's so Florida. That's got
it's-
Florida written all over
I
it.
don't know. I feel like it was a movie or
Part of the
something.
board. You got to speak to extraterrestrials.
You make me feel terrible about myself.
That's why I love this game.
It's a 50-50
All right,
shot.
thank you, guys. I mean, can you apply logic to it? I don't know.
No, I'm sorry, everyone.
All right,
job.
well, we got some sports coming up next. It's
What a miserable showing.
Monday. My wife and daughter went to Costco, do a little shopping. My daughter was super pumped about going because of the free samples.
Yeah.
She's like, they got nothing there anymore.
Oh, really?
Like, they don't really do a lot of free samples at Costco
I think it's
anymore.
only on certain days. It's like
Really?
Wednesdays or
They
Fridays
had-
or something.
I was just there yesterday, I believe, and I saw was like every so often you'd see them
Really?
scattered around.
Yeah,
she
you got
was
to check the
disappointed.
schedule. Check schedule, man. I'm telling you,
Okay.
there's some sort of like particular day where it's sample heaven.
I've noticed they look disappointed if you don't take one and you're walking past, you're the one in the alley.
You don't want to make them angry.
No.
I like the guys the guys there that have the beard nets. Because they have, to do the free samples, they got to have hair nets, and if you got a big beard,
Yeah.
you have to wear a beard net.
I don't know why.
Like a beard hammock?
Pointing it out makes it grosser to me.
Yeah. Next time you're at Costco and there's a dude giving free samples out, he's got a beard, look for the beard net.
I wouldn't even be thinking. I wouldn't see your beard and think about that. But if you're wearing a net, I'd be like, gross.
Yeah, don't draw attention to it.
It's all smashed.
Let's do sports. All right, what do you got?
The Blues gained a bit of traction by winning consecutive games over the Flames at home last week, but they slipped again last night in a 4-2 loss at Vegas, or to Vegas.
They were home, yeah.
Which puts them back to 500. We're at 500 for home rank stuff. Kyrou and Thomas both scored for the Blues. Team hit a couple crossbars. Vegas largely controlled the play while keeping goaltender Joel Hofer under fire. Blues take on the Stars tomorrow here at home, 6 p.m. start time. Baseball Hall of Famer Mariano Rivera and his wife are being accused of covering up sex crimes against a child. The alleged incidents took place at a church summer camp and the Rivera's home. A lawsuit filed by Jane Doe accuses the Riveras of ignoring the abuse of an older girl at the camp. The suit says, quote, rather than take sufficient action to end the sexual abuse of Jane Doe, the Riveras each separately isolated and intimidated Jane Doe to remain silent about her abuse to avoid causing trouble for Refuge of Hope and Ignite Life summer internship. So what I'm reading here is that they're not being accused of the abuse. They're being accused of being a part of the cover-up here. Quote, they falsely promoted their activities and premises as being safe, moral, and otherwise free of risk of harm when it knew or should have known otherwise.
If true, you're complicit and you're rotten hell at a church camp.
Right.
Yeah.
God.
I'm sure you guys have read the 2025 class of Baseball Hall of Fame is stacked with greats from the past, and that Ichiro Suzuki will enter Cooperstown as the first Japanese-born player to make the Hall of Fame. Suzuki's nearly unanimous vote.
Yeah, one vote short. One vote. Who?
Okay.
Yes,
Who?
that's
Time out.
unbelievable.
Who?
Wait, we go through this every single time that this happens.
Yeah.
Well, it only happened one other time with Derek Jeter where somebody did not vote. Mariano Rivera was the only one to ever be unanimously voted into the Hall of Fame.
I mean, Ichiro is probably the other person that deserves it of anyone that's ever played.
Only one other person. So Derek Jeter came one vote short from being unanimous.
Yep. And then Pujols will be the next.
Yeah, he's not. He's eligible in 28.
Yeah.
Well, wait. So, but here's my thing, and I didn't look this up, but didn't we talk about this before? And one of the reasons, or the reason that the one person was a holdout, wasn't because they didn't believe they were supposed to be in the Hall of Fame, but it was because they voted for somebody that would have fallen off the ballot if they had no votes.
Oh, really?
I think
it's like
that's an
Beltran or
excuse for
something
being an
holding on?
a-hole. I don't buy it.
What do you mean being an a-hole? I think this is the nice.
You
nice
have a
thing
certain
to do.
amount of votes.
Yeah.
But
it's also crazy Beltran didn't.
I don't think it's as obvious as it looks.
Yeah, I think it's some sport. Oh, you don't think sports writers could be dicks?
Dingles just to be dingles?
Yeah, and they
Sure.
are. A lot of those smug,
Yeah, of course, most of them.
smug baseball writers.
I can see doing something like that. But again, this may be a situation where they were keeping someone on a ballot that would have otherwise fallen off.
A lot
had
of
they
these
not gotten
guys
it.
are nerds that were bullied, and they
this is their
now it's
power.
their chance.
And they have the chance, the greatest batter in pro baseball history, they're going to say no.
Just a little note, programming note. Kendrick Lamar is bringing SZA, St. Louis's own, out for the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show performance. Is that the first St. Louisan to hit Super Bowl
Nelly has
halftime?
played.
Nellie's done it.
Nelly's done it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she's going on tour with Kendrick
Sorry.
Lamar. So,
Oh,
that's
that
cool,
guy
though.
Nelly.
Okay. Well, I'm moving That's Just Sports. Sorry, Nelly. Sorry, Nelly.
Did somebody look up if Mike McDonald ever was?
Oh, please.
Okay, he should be.
I wish.
All right, that is it for us. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully we see you at Champ Bash on Sunday at the Hot Shots in Fenton starting at 11 o'clock. Make sure you're there for the choreographed dance routine in between the second and third quarter of that first NFC Championship game, which starts at 2. Great.
So good.
Awesome.
All right, if you missed anything, you got the podcast. Of course, the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's. Podcast brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. The title today is
A Bad Week for Dudes with Legs.
All right.
I love this. It's the greatest title we've ever had.
And no one batted an eye. You were so serious about that.
What else you got?
So next weekend, Teenage Dirtbags is playing Art Inside at Schlafly Tap Room. Schlafly.com, get all the information. Teenage Dirtbags is closing out, I believe, Saturday evening. It is a all-weekend art festival, 40-plus St. Louis artists. This is going to be an incredible thing, and it is free. Tons of music, lots of great bands, live tattoos, amazing St. Louis artists. Support Art Inside, Schlafly.com next weekend.
All right, Learn.
Follow me on the socials at Learn versus Radio. Come see my band tomorrow night at Paddle Stop Brewing in New Haven. It's a very exclusive thing. It's $10 to get in, so just a heads up on that. But it's great beer. It's New Haven, and we don't get out there very often, so hope to see you.
All right, Scott.
And don't forget to go visit our good buddy Rafe all weekend
That's
over
right.
at the Funny Bone. That'll be good. And then you can follow me at King Scott Rules because I'm going to be doing a lot of dancing and practicing. So
All right.
I'm wearing those tights, and it's going to be great.
Awesome. All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day brought to you by Hot Shots from St. Louis. Nick Moran is our Teamers Member of the Day, and he wants to hear this song. Here it is. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye.
The Rizzuto Show.